complete. Ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13. The Saturn V building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it is clear that...
Boneco quer fazer. Você podia me ouvir e a porta abrir. Eu quero só te ver.
Welcome back to Fox 2 News at 9 a.m. Time once again to get you caught up on your news headlines. For that, the Hamburglar.
It's your birthday. I'll let it pass. Thank you. No, I won't. I'll get you later.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Are these your drugs?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not...
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Stop hating Mondays. Be a professional and hate the whole week instead.
Bruh.
Come on, tell me who you are. I really wanna know.
One time, I opened up the microwave door and farted right into the microwave. I mean, I actually farted into a microwave.
From jackhead to crackhead, you know that you're wrong, cause I can smell your body odor over the telephone. Now with your peanut head, you never be the best until you get your butt together, then you'll pass the test. For a nickel and a dime, you commit a crime, but when the judge throws the book, can you stand the time? Push a man on the corner dead selling death. You better stop your way of living and help yourself. Destroying all the youth each and every day. You ought to toss your butt in jail and throw the key away. You're a crackhead. No lie. Tell them again, EJ, what are they? Crackhead. Leave it alone.
Can your vagina be too wet? 100%. And here's how.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Oh, shit.
We're doing it.
Jackie Mason, fucking Bobby's fucking funny. Bobby Grant, I gotta give it to you.
Line of the day, Bobby
Super creative, super original. There's a show called The Vibe.
And you're here, folks. Are you ready? What do you think? Are you ready? It doesn't matter what you think if you're ready, because Wednesday's here anyway. And the Vibe Stream Show 322 is here. I am BF, your humble host and friend. How you doing? You ready to hang out for the next 3 hours with me? I hope you are. It's the middle of the day. It's the middle of the week. We've made it this far, folks. We made it to Wednesday. So let's applaud yourself. If you made it this far in the week, without killing anybody, and you're still alive and you're still doing it, then that's a good, successful week so far. Well, I hope you guys are ready to hang out with me for the next 3 hours because we got a lot of fun stuff planned. We're going to have people stopping in. We're going to do our regular kind of stuff. We're going to do BF Live, the Vibe, not so serious news. It is Wednesday, folks. So those who are regular here know what we do on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We do the BF Live, Rock You Like a Horoscope. Where is that one at? PQR. I go through my alphabet. Every time I put a new sound in, they move on me. There you go. We're going to do those later on. Of course, we're going to start out with the chat family check-in because I see all you guys forming in the chat. So I hope you guys are ready to hang out and have a Wednesday. As I was prepping the show last night, I noticed some things going on with the Late Night with Bobby Nick crowd. We're going to get into because some videos have premiered and some things have happened and maybe some belts have changed and all. We're going to check in with our friends. And speaking of our friends, now, we don't have our Andrew the Giant friends over here today because our boy Andrew, you might notice, I'm not going to be bringing him in anytime soon. Andrew did inform me that right about an hour or so before the show that he does have a doctor's appointment today. And he says, I may be late if I'm there at all. So why don't you hang out with me for the next 3 hours and see if Andrew does in fact show up. I have a feeling that if Andrew is anywhere near a tablet or has the ability to join us, he will definitely do that later on. So let's do this. Like I said, I got a whole sheet of stuff that we got here. I even got some great new content from Chris Popke, kind of that alternative name for Scott's Hole. We can talk about that, even though I know Scott really loves the name and the theme of Scott's Hole. I think it's kind of a co-theme. But see, we have too much creativity here. We got the great Chris Popke chat family. Thank you, guys. Thanks for guys like Chris Popke and Terry Nee and all you people that and Space Nerd that are always like kicking me like ideas and information to make this show our show. 3 hours of positive vibes. I'm going to bring my brother in backstage right now. He's been sitting there long enough. Let me take that liftoff reel out. I hope you guys enjoyed that liftoff reel. Just a little something to get all my bells and whistles right and to give us a chance to kind of get in here and get the show going. So now we are here. We're having it. We're doing it, and I'm going to bring Scott in.
We're doing it.
All right, so it's the bro you know. I'm going to bring him in now without further ado. Speaking of ado, we got to talk about ado, too. It is the prop master, Scott Fitzpatrick. We got to talk about ado, Scott.
Yeah, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that message that you said I meant to send this to Bobby Nick, and you put it in our group, and I said, well, you kind of did send it to Bobby Nick. You also just sent it to everybody else in our group, Scott. Well, first of all, let's start off with the basics before we go right into where we're going to go with that. How are you today? Do you got and all that? Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. As you know, wrestling match last night was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I do know. So I've been talking about it. Everybody else has been talking about it too and coming in the chat talking about how they're so exhausted staying up at the wee hours of the morning with the Late Night with Bobby Nick crew and all. So I'm up very late at night too because I'm prepping this 3 hours a day show. And so, yes, I was doing just that last night, prepping the show. And, of course, I look in on my friends over there. And what do I see but them watching the actual premiere of Peak Hunt 420's match? It was the title match, the rematch against you and Bobby. You were trying to get your NXT title back last night, Scott.
Yeah, and it was something called an ambulance match, I guess is what it's called.
Yes, it is, and that's rare. That was so cool seeing that. And let's see if we can get into that as the show goes on. But yes, for those that don't know, they've had coffin matches in the past where Undertaker, whoever, you have to put somebody in a coffin and close the door. And that's how you win the match. There's no pinfalls, there's no submissions, there's no passing out or nothing like that. And so last night it was presented Peak Hunt 420 right here on YouTube. You can catch the link in the chat. It was an ambulance match where the winner was decided by whooping each other's ass, and whoever shoved the person in an ambulance first and successfully closed the doors behind them was the winner of the match, Scott.
Yeah, I found a little thing in there though that was a little bit suspicious. I might be wrong. I got to go watch the tape, but
watching the tape. Well, I love the fun that we are having, and I love that the fact that Peak Hunt 420 has basically turned you in kind of to an indirect wrestling fan because I don't think you didn't really you could watch wrestling without any kind of attachment or emotion to it or even given any F's. But ever since you've been involved with this fun video wrestling that we're doing, and you were a title holder, you are serious about this shit now.
Right, yeah, well.
Like Scott wants his belt. He wants what he's got coming to him.
And I hate to disrespect Commissioner Peak Hunt.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something felt nefarious.
Well, it's funny, and because Peak Hunt, he was getting these words last week, and he suddenly changed his name to Peak Hunt McMahon because we compared him to Vince McMahon and how Vince McMahon kind of steered everything. But Yeah, that's our boy Peak Hunt, the commissioner over there. But so that's the whole thing, you know. Scott, don't make Scott turn heel, Peak Hunt, because that's what people used to do, Scott. They would go heel on McMahon and go, "Fuck you, McMahon! You're holding me back, and I'm a wrestler, and you're keeping me down." And they would like go off on McMahon, and that would be a storyline. So I don't know, you know, Scott's doing his best to hold it off and not go off on the commissioner Peak Hunt McMahon like back in the day with Vince McMahon. Well, I just think it's so funny, and it's just a testimony to how great these matches are. He has Wendy in matches. He has even Bob Levy and Perry Caravello in matches. We'll get down to talking about Scott's matches and all of this as the show plays out, Scott. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
This is just fun, silly shit, man. So yes, I do check in on you guys. Like I said, if I got distracted by being on panel or being in the chat, I would probably never get the prep I need done at night for 3 hours of a show. But I love looking in and checking out. Always keeping an eye out for my friends. All right, speaking about that, Scott, we got friends piling up in the chat, buddy. So it's getting to be about that time. And I will remind people that it's my one day that I whore myself out for the goal. It's Whack-A-Goal Wednesday. I'll be a goal whore today. My one day where I kind of goal whore and let you know that if you can help me towards my goal, I would certainly appreciate it. So thank you all very much in advance. But now let's get started with them, Scott, because the chats are building up. So it is about that time. Let's see what 3 hours of fun brings us today as I put the goggles on. I go over to the chat family elements, and everybody's going to jump in the chat and let me know what they're up to on this middle of the day, middle of the week. You made it to Wednesday, folks. We made it to Wednesday, so let me know what you're doing to make it to and through your Wednesday as I go through my elements and I run the opening chat family check-in for Wednesday. BF Live, The Vibe, Stream Show 322. Let's get the positive vibes going, and let's go. Come on.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
This is how we do the vibe. It's 3 hours of positive vibes where you talk amongst yourselves. You talk with myself and whoever shows up, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So let's go. My friend Peak Hunt checks in with the Goonie Goo Goo, you begonias, and he has fun throwing out his Peak Hunt emoji. Yes, he has his own emoji here. He says, "Bonga, unga bonga, what do you gano, 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 let's go, Peak Hunt." Peak Hunt, with his pattern, sticks to it and says, "Oh shit, we're doing it and we're having it. Tickle or tickle, tickle." Oh. Let's hit this for him.
We're doing it.
We're doing it, and let's hit this for him because he's helping me toward my Whack-A-Goal Wednesday goal. Thank you to Peak Hunt and everybody that helps me with my show. FJM checks in and says, "Good morning, Peak Hunt, FJM." And good morning to you all from our friend FJM, the calcified kid. Perry emojis are being utilized by Just a Guess. We are definitely going to talk some Perry. There will not be a Wednesday Perry show, but there will be Thursday instead of Friday. So we'll get into talking about that a little bit and make sure we all know when the next show is coming on. And we're going to talk about some of the wrestling involving Perry Caravello because we got some stories coming out of that. Peak Hunt checks in with FJM. Peak Hunt says Just a Guess, Hoya. Tiffany Washington checks in, and she's already puffing and passing. She's already got the smoke clouds going. She's ready to have it and do it on a Wednesday, Tiffany Washington. Let's see. FJM says, "Wow." Oh, it skipped on me. Let me go back up to this. Son of a bitch. Here we go. Damn, it really jumped all the way to the bottom. Here we go. Our friend FJM says, "Wow, our youngest daughter just stopped by to say, 'Love you, Dad,' and gave me 20 grams of blonde hash and an ounce of BNC motherfucking diesel." What, man? Damn. He raised that one right. Raised that one right, Scott. Damn.
She must care for him.
I'm going to have to revise my Father's Day list with Father's Day coming up this weekend. And now that it's legal here, Scott, I can revise it. Like, I'm not going to send them in the hood and go get something. But now that shit is legal, I'm like, this is great. I love this. I never even had this notion till now, Scott, that I can actually legally ask my kids for weed for Father's Day.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. This is awesome. All right, Dad's going to write his favorite strains down, and you're going to go get them for Father's Day. Fucking awesome. I love being a dad. That's great, FJM. Great news. Tiffany Washington Hoyer from our friend Peak Hunt. Hell yeah, FJM, says Tiffany Washington, the fellow smokehead. BF Live Andrew, Scott, and Nick. Well, we got some of them. We got Don't Be Sad, because 2 out of 4 ain't bad. That's not a Meatloaf song. That's just to say that Bobby, Nick, and Andrew's not here yet. How you doing, Mandy Diff? Let's go. Hi, P-Cunt, H-I-G-H from Tiffany, Washington. P-Cunt and Tiffany get shout-out love from Mandy Diff. Puff, puff. The smokes are going to Mandy from Tiffany. P-Cunt shouts out Mandy Diff with the Hoya. Well, you can get a Hoya.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
FJM checks in again and says, you know what I'm doing. Kids went to Ocean City today. Well, if you hadn't told me about weed, I might have guessed masturbation, but in this case, since you said weed, I'm guessing major bong hits from FJM going down. He's smoking up the place. They're going to come back on the house going, Grandpappy, why does the house smell like it does, Grandpappy? What's going on? Ooh, I did that one time. Scott, I was on vacation, and I thought my game was tight, bro. We had a condo, and I was in the bathroom, doing the bathroom sneak, right?
Yeah.
That's what we had to do back in the day. And so they had this weak-ass fan, Scott, but I blew everything up in it, and I was chasing it with fucking air freshener and all that shit. I was doing the air freshener chase. You know what I'm talking about. You feel it all, right?
Yeah.
Man, and then so you're inside. You don't know until you walk out in the air, and then you come back in, you go, oh, damn, I blew the fuck out of that. I blew the fuck up out of that place. My family came back, and they're like, what the fuck is that smell? Must be them motherfuckers down the hall doing that shit, man. Got it all in our air system. There you go. So I know he's going to have the house stinking. Hey, Tiff Washington. Hey, hell yeah, from FJM. Yes, I do. Care packages are the greatest. Rini checks in, a great friend, 4-month member. She just throwing out hearts and love and acknowledgement. You're a diamond to us, Rini. How you doing? It's so great to have you being 4 months already. Where has the time gone, Rini? You always seem like one of our newest friends. It lets me know that Rini continues to be a sponsor here on The Vibe. Hello, all from Rini, she says. Let's keep going. P-Cunt gives Rini the love and the Hoya. Hi, Rini from Tiffany, Washington. FJM is throwing out the sunglasses and the fucking thumbs. Let's go. Matt Bones to Matt. Thank you, Matt. Bones up to you. BF and the Midday Freaks. Johnny A checks in, and I give him the preemptive dab. He says Hoya to P-Cunt. Rini and FJM get acknowledged from Mandy Diff. Rini's Hoya family. Hi, Matt from Tiffany, Washington. Matt and Johnny get love from Mandy Diff. Hey, Tiffany, Washington from Matt. Hoya Rini from Johnny A. Good to see you all, says Rini. This is our family. This is our chat family vibe. And I see Chris Thompson's in here. We're going to get to his super chat real soon. That is most generous of you. Mandy Div hooks up from our friend Matt. Johnny A says Hoya to Mandy. Johnny A from Tiffany, Washington. Hoya Tiff right on back from Johnny A. H-I-G-H Rini. I am now. Hoya Rini from our friend Matt. Matt gets bones up love from P-Cunt. FJM gets the acknowledgement from Matt. Johnny A. Hoya from P-Cunt. And P-Cunt gets the bones up from Matt. Tits McGee, I choose love, checks in and says Hoya. Can't wait for... In the lounge. Well, I'm guessing that's why Bobby Nick probably isn't with us yet, because he's always doing late night with Bobby Nick, but he's recharging the battery, and he'll probably be in here in some point in the show to let you know that immediately following this episode of The Vibe Today, you will see Bobby Nick in the lounge. And that is his music show that he starts out on YouTube and Rumble. And then because it's music, he goes Rumble exclusive, $1 a song. Even if you don't have $1, just go hang out on the chat and party and listen, and people will throw dollars at you. P-Cunt shouts out Tits McGee. Tiffany Washington says, hey, Tits. Johnny A says, smash the like. I know you love me, folks. But let all these algorithms, wherever you're enjoying this show, let them know that you like me too, so they believe it. Hoya says the space nerd as soon as I click on it, Scott. And with that, we say... Nerd. The nerd call goes out to Space Nerd on a Wednesday. Hoya Nerd from Johnny A. Hoya Space Nerd from Matt. Hey, Nerd from Tiffany, Washington. And Nerd gets the Hoya from P-Cunt. Scott was robbed again. We're going to talk about that. I saw the match. I saw the end of the match. It's controversy, maybe. Hi, H-I-G-H, Scott. What, you have something to say on that, buddy? You just got laughing like you had a thought in your brain.
Well, I mean, the last time I seen Tiffany, she was out of smoke, and it seems like she's got some here. So.
Okay, that's right. She just told us yesterday, and she was like, because you were giving her shit, and she was like, it wasn't by choice. It was kind of finances, which we've all experienced at one point in time. Right, and that's when we turned to smoking residue. At least I did when I was younger, Scott. I'm not I don't run out as much as I did when I was younger. But res was a thing back in the day.
Yep.
It's like basically pipe hash for like a better. Just find them good crusties they kind of got in the corner, never kind of burned in the first place and all. Sometimes you get
scrape your pipe until you get all them metal shavings you're smoking.
Bro, I've smoked so much like metal and fucking corn cob. Like that pipe was like half the size of it by the time I was done with it. Prop Master gets a acknowledgement from your boy Matt.
Brother Matt.
And I heard you telling some stories about we'll talk about the difference between Angry Iguana and your the Prop Master 69 channel and all. And I think that's really wise, kind of how you're trying to separate them and all, Scott. And I can understand why you're trying to separate it too. I think those were all very good. I heard you talking about your rationale, and I thought that was really smart. You're getting a shout out love from Scott! Mandy Diff shout you. Space Nerd says Hoya to Matt and FJM and to Tiff. Johnny A says great matches, P-Cunt. Well, I have a feeling we're going to be watching some today. We're going to be watching some today because P-Cunt was acknowledged by the Perry Caravello universe. I think, did Jen put that under their nose, or what do you know about that, Scott?
I really thought Jen didn't know what she's talking about, or somebody was catfishing or something like that. But apparently last night she tweeted out the matches, and I'm not sure of all the tweeter groups and all that stuff. But I guess one of the Perry Caravello live Twitter things must have caught wind of her or caught hold of her tweet.
It did. All great things come together. And so, yes, my understanding is that the Perry Caravello universe has acknowledged this match with P-Cunt that he made with Bob Levy and Perry Caravello. I believe we will get into that. We'll do a little Perry talk, and we'll make that part of our Perry talk segment. We're going to talk about kind of how they acknowledge that match, Scott. Let's see. P-Cunt gets the love from Space Nerd as we're nearing the end of the opening chat family check-in. Johnny A gets love and thanks from P-Cunt. Space Nerd says, Hoya to Johnny A. Tiffany Washington says, the only problem with the match watching is the timing out the committee. What's up? What are we talking about here? Timing out committee? Not sure.
I don't know.
But people getting timed out in the chat or something like that because of the things you're talking. But because I know there's no time limit in the match. It's whoever gets the first person to get him in the ambulance. Whoa, Black Betty, ambulance. Nerd gets the love from FJM. Nerd gets a nerd call from Mandy Diff. There is the P-Cunt link right there. Even if you're not interested in wrestling like Scott barely was, and half of you in the chat or any show that I do, only half of us like wrestling. But if you are interested in wrestling now, or at least seeing it with the way it's being done with Bob Levy wrestling Perry or Scott wrestling people, you click on that link right there and go to P-Cunt Fast 420, and you can see all of the matches that we talk about during these shows. Hoya Space Nerd from Johnny A. Hey, everybody from Space Chief 75. I love saying it like that because I learned how to say it like that from this, Scott. You know what we're about to do. We ain't done it all damn week, so what better time than now? It's the middle of the day. It's the middle of the week, and I'm whoring myself out for a Wackago Wednesday, so let's acknowledge our bro, Space Chief 75. That's right, folks. He made a new logo for Andrew the Giant and the No Filter family. He can make a new logo for you, too. You have a show? Got a family member that's having about like a 40th or 50th or 60th birthday? He'll make a poster for it. Want some tattoo art? He'll draw something up for you, see if that's worth putting on your arm. No two pieces are alike, no AI, all original shit. Hit him up on Twitter X. We're just getting started on this day, folks. It's Wednesday, middle of the day, middle of the week. Come on. Hit him up on Twitter X. Scott's jamming. We're jamming. We love this song. There's the replayables when we're on the Levy verse. No AI. All original. His TeePublic store is running. His link is running in my chat throughout the entirety of the show. Hey, Chief from Tiffany Washington. Hoya, Space Chief 75 from Johnny A. And I, Space Chief. That gets the blood and the juices flowing. Hit him up on Twitter X. Slide in his DMs. He won't mind. Let's see. Let's continue on here. Johnny A gets acknowledgement from Space Chief 75. P-Cunt acknowledges Space Chief. Reenie gets acknowledgement from Space Chief, and Space Chief acknowledges P-Cunt. Chris Thompson says, Scott, did you crap your pants last night? Scott did. Now, Scott, do we want to get into this? Because like I said, and this was the thing that you put in our group, and you kind of laughed and you went, I really meant to send this to Bobby Nick, but you inadvertently sent it to all of us. So go ahead and clear this up for the people.
Yeah, last night I really went for a fart, and it wasn't just a fart.
Oh boy! Never trust a big butt with a smile or a wet fart, Scott.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
I had to go make a wardrobe change and take a shower.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm up very late, in the wee hours of the morning, prepping this show. I love doing this shit, and I love checking in on my friends as I'm doing this shit. And I got that weird message from Scott Fitzpatrick, or that got not so weird coming from him necessarily. I even thought, I'm like, but we're gonna see it no matter where you put it. So I thought that was kind of funny in itself. But let's talk about it. So this is actual video that they dropped in our group last night. This is how it went down, folks. Scott was going for one. As you know, but I think one might have got past the goalie here. Let's see what happened last night.
Very annoying and rude when you're drunk.
Hi, baby bees.
Oh,
ooh.
Oh my God, Scott must ask there. Holy shit, good one. Very annoying and rude when you're drunk.
So there you go. That's the whole the restart.
Oh, Chris. Oh my God, Scott must ask there. Holy shit, good one.
That's a good one. All right, so Scott. So then, I don't want to necessarily show the message because I don't want to accidentally dox too much information in our chat, but I will. The message was funny. Oh, because here it came with. He says.
I meant to send it to just Bobby Nick, because it wasn't really a group message type of thing, but I accidentally went to the group.
I knew either I was going to find out on air, so I was going to find out one way or the other. Scott, here's the message at 1:51 a.m. my time last night, East Coast time. I shit myself worse than I realized. If you listen to the fart, you can hear the dirt come out at the end. I got to take a shower. And then the next message is, I meant to send that to Bobby Nick, LOL. And I said, you kind of did. And then I got the video for it. So that's just one of the many things. You never know what the hell is going to go down. So yeah, to answer Chris Thompson's story, yes, he just did crap his pants last night. I'm here and there and everywhere today listening in. There you go, Reenie. Keep us in your ear hole. We'll keep you company and we keep you entertained. Did you have a follow-up on that, Scott? There you go.
No, I was just wiping. There's a Peter gnat getting in my eye. I had to get it out of my eye.
All right. Scott Hoya from our friend Pecan checking in. The commissioner checking in.
What's up, Pecan?
You guys don't speak in terms or whatever? You all right?
Yeah, like I'm not ready to disrespect him or nothing.
You are very respectful. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if we was going to talk about the match more or later that I was in. There's just something that was I'm a little hung up on how them doors on that. I'm a little hung up on how them doors got open on that ambulance.
All right, well, let's get through the opening chat family check-in, and I think we'll dig a little deeper. Okay. Good morning, BF says, Space Nerd, we got you. Rise and shine. Hoya Rini from the Space Nerd. Chris Thompson gets acknowledgement from Pecan. Space Chief 75 from FJM. Chris Thompson, great being active in the chat, saying, hey, Pecan, Space Chief, Matt, Mandy Diff, Tiff Wash, Tits McGee, I choose love. Space Nerd acknowledges Space Chief 75. Chris gets the love from Matt. Bart is sleeping at home, BF. Thank you for the report, Tiff. When I saw you in here, I was going to ask you for a proper report, but I knew you'd do it. Hey, bro, from Chris. What's up, buddy? Hey, Chris, always a pleasure. Pecan is amazing. There's the Nightbot running my membership link, if you're so inclined. Chris is getting acknowledgement from Space Chief 75. Nerd gets acknowledgement from the Chief. Chris, I'm working on my Chris Thompson wall. Wendy inspired me. A Chris Thompson wall. What is that all about? I'm not familiar with that reference.
I'm not sure either, but I did notice like the last night or two that she's starting to become pretty fond of Chris. I think maybe he might be going to give Bobby Nick a run for his money.
Oh no, she didn't, because only Wendy and Bobby. Oh no, she. No way. No way. I'll believe it when I see it. 100% says FJM. Tights McGee says BF ask his kids for a week. What for weed? Oh, weed. I learned it from watching you. That's right. I know you meant weed. You didn't mean week. Yeah, Scott, I just got my mind blown. I'm like, wow, I've never put these things together. It's legal now, and Father's Day is coming. Man, how many shirts and other shit that I've got that I smiled at it like, thank you very much. Thank you very nice. Now my kids, they're my girls are really good to me. They surprise me many times with things that I really don't see coming. So I love my girls. There is our friend Syke Clyde. He is busy being the produce guy for friend Bob Levy over there. He's killing it, man. He's learning all kind of new technology, super tips, and all kind of stuff at the same time. But if he's not really doing his face swaps anymore, but I'm sure he don't mind support over there on Syke Labs. Shout out Syke and Ding Dong. Chris Thompson, man, thank you very much for your contribution for my Whack-A-Goal Wednesday. I love doing this, and this helps me. $5. Like, share, and subscribe, or we'll send Jen to your home to fart. Oh, shit. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. There you go. Thank you, Chris Thompson, and let's go. Thanks for helping me whack the goal. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you, bro. Great getting to know you, and I certainly appreciate your $5 super chat. Pecan is laughing. Hit that like, says Mandy Diff. Like I said, we talk enough that I know you like me, but we got to prove it to these computers. So please prove it to the computers when you can. Toilet roll safety when in need to cover the... Oh, yes. We talked about this old school trick there, Scott.
Yeah, you kind of taught me this one with putting some air freshener over some freshener,
fabric,
laundry things in the
laundry. Yes, dryer sheet. You put a dryer sheet over a toilet paper roll, empty toilet paper roll with a rubber band around it, and you blow your hit through it, and you get a nice fresh hit in there. And so, but then whoever house you're in, they're like, "Damn, where are all my dryer sheets going?" I don't remember doing that many clothes. That's the only kind of thing that might give up that game, Scott. But yeah, that's a more you know from me and Tiffany Washington and BF. When you want to disguise that smoke, just put a dryer sheet over a toilet tissue roller and blow the hit through there. That's a more you know. Hoya from Reverend Wild Bill checking in. RWB gets the Hoya from Pecan. Hey, Wild Bill from Tiffany Washington. Pecan Hoya from RWB. All Tits McGee, I choose love. Tiffany Washington, HIGH from the Reverend Wild Bill. Reverend Wild Bill shouts out Mandy Diff with the Hoya. Papa Fitz, you're getting love from Tits McGee.
Briss.
Space Nerd Hoya from the Reverend Wild Bill. Reverend Wild Bill shouts out Space Chief 75. Pecan acknowledges Scott Truth, not our truth. It's Scott. We got Scott Truth here. Pecan checking in. God bless roaches, said the Reverend Wild Bill. Flour and a 2Q pen. Scott is getting acknowledged by our friend Wild Bill here.
Wild Bill.
What do you know, Reverend Wild Bill from Space Nerd? Reverend Wild Bill says, I didn't know who Angry Iguana was until just recently. Yeah, Scott, you've that has slowly been let out of the bag, hasn't it, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know if it's made its way to Chris Sables yet, who it is, if he's figured it out, but I'm probably going to come out here soon to him.
Scott's coming out. He wants the world to know. Well, Scott, I did hear like an audible clue out of Liz or Chris on the air the other night. I think they did. They went, Angry Iguana, or I heard something like that, bro. So I think yeah.
I thought I heard him a week or two ago too. I thought I seen Liz whisper to him.
You know what I'm talking about, right? But I told you, bro, I wasn't going to give it up. That's been one of the maybe best or not best kept secrets about this is that we're only saying that maybe Scott knows the Angry Iguana, and I never told him, Scott, because it's too good. It was too good. We got him going for months. He had zero clue. He's like, I don't know who Angry Iguana is, but I fucking love him. He fucking loves some Angry Iguana.
The reason I kind of come to a halt with me, or the reason I kind of give up on the bit, is because I've run out of iguana jokes. I mean, there's only so much iguana stuff you can say.
Well, it was funny because you did it in the moment, because Chris Abels, we do replayables on Thursdays and Saturday nights, and he often has to take piss breaks, and he's made many jokes about how he doesn't really go to the bathroom. He just steps out in his yard and his neighbors see him whip his shit out. And part of it, I think, is half true, Scott. I think he's exaggerating, but I think it's an exaggeration based on a truth, maybe, right? I'll let you finish your cough. I won't expect you to talk while you're getting off over there. So one day he come back from one of these many piss breaks, and he saying he was pissed on various animals. And so then the Angry Iguana came to life and was like, hey, man, I ain't going to be taking you pissing on me like you piss on other things, basically. So the Angry Iguana was born. Time out. Mute people, Tiffany Washington says. So you had to mute people during the match last night? Wow. That's what she meant earlier in the chat.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Pecan enjoys the Space Chief 75 song. Love the music, says Chris Thompson. That was produced. See, Chris likes rock. I can tell he's a rock guy too, man, because me and Scott just love the jam of that. That was created by our chat family friend. You see him, Terry Nee. He created that to support our bro, Space Chief 75. A lot of great, talented people in our community. I think I might need a manger to to keep an eye on. A manager. Scott.
Wow, that's a good thinking there.
That was when some guys were getting ripped off and guys were coming out of the locker room and nobody saw it coming. Some of these guys would get not a manger, but a manager. He missed the letter
Right.
there. Hey, Manger. How you doing, Manger? What's up, man? You want to be my Manger, man? The Reverend Wild Bill gets acknowledgement, Space Chief. Thanks, BF and Scott from Space Chief 75 and Terry Nee. Chris Thompson throws up the devil horns and he says, "You sharded last night, Scott. You sharded." That's right.
Yeah.
Never trust a big butt, a smile, or a wet fart. Mandy Diff is laughing, smoking. Hola, beaches, says Gimme Bezos. How you doing, Gimme Bezos? Checking in on Wednesday. He sharded. Yeah, I love sharded. So sharded is funny, but I love the past tense of shit, which is shat. That's one of my favorite words and favorite past tense of all time. Shat. He shat his pants. Chris Thompson's laughing. Which is the idea? Hey, give me Bezos from our friend Tiffany Washington. Bybee checks in and says, "Oh no," says the champ is here. Everyone. Jesus. Scott, you want to? I don't know. Scott's going to get him, block him. I don't know where he goes. Homeless Hoovy checks in. MIA. That means missing in action. Andrew, the GOAT. Use the smoke signals when you find him. Wait a minute. Andrew is omnipresent. What's up, buddy?
He was zooted yesterday, man. I guess he's on the edibles now, and he was zooted, as the young folks say.
Well, it's funny because we've seen him in that state many times. When they put him down for bed, it always seems like it's a timer to when Andrew starts getting the heavy eyes and he starts repeating the last 2 or 3 words that somebody said. So
Yeah.
He was extra zooted last night, huh?
Yeah, he had the giggles and just everything you'd expect. He was high. He was high.
I'm going to go through these last as we make our way down to the end of the opening chat family check-in. I'm just going to acknowledge anybody that we haven't did already. Sup, Pecan? I just watched the match. Thanks, bro. And I heard you guys. Go ahead, Scott. Expand on that.
He's a poor representative of even your thing, Pecan, because he's never, when he has the belt, he never represented it. He never talked about it. He never.
He's not coming out doing spots like Scott is. He's not doing spots. It's funny for Scott that he knows everything, the nuance about wrestling. Like he says that a guy that hasn't been around or had many matches don't deserve the win. He's saying how you don't rep the company and all. Scott knows all the rules about wrestling. Let's see. Yeah, I heard you saying it was kind of suspicious that he wasn't around for that match last night.
Yeah, just like the last time that I lost, those shows he missed, and Peacut was suspiciously late too, also. But
well, yeah, I saw you guys wrestling on top of the ambulance. It's fun. We're gonna have to get into this since we've talked about it so much. But yeah, it's all kind of action going around the ambulance. We're going to get into it. Let's finish up this opening chat family check-in and do some news and get on to some other fun. Bybee opened the doors when he threw Scott off the ambulance. Scott's just upset because he lost. Says RBW. Congrats are going out. Thanks, Wild Bill. Appreciate you too, brother. Thanks, Chris. Hey, thanks, man. All right, let's continue on here because let's keep having fun, Chris. I want to acknowledge any people. Bybee, you're welcome, bro. You know Scott wants a rematch. I'm going to let him pick the match, and it's the last rematch too, 100%. You know, they used to have this in the contracts, and this would happen in real wrestling to where a guy would have the title, right? And then a contender would come along. And what's always been built into wrestling is that if a champion lost the match, you always get one like comeback match. Like you get a chance, you automatically get a chance. But at some point it starts going back and forth too much, and then you don't know if you're who's getting the last chance at what. But Peacunt's letting you know that the next one is going to be the last one.
All right.
Peacunt. Whoa, buddy. Scott's coming out of the closet. Look at this, Scott. Peacunt not only making great matches, but gifted me five BF Live the Vibe gifted memberships. Turn on your accept gifted membership settings, and thank you for helping me whack the goal. Peacunt. I won't bore you with 5 of them, but I want to give you 2 of them. That is awesome, brother. You know I love doing this, and I want to do it forever. Sweet Scorpio caught one of those. Our newest family member, Drummer Mom 29, caught one, as well as OG Mumbling Nick. Tibbs Westland, and Jack Tripper caught one, as well as CF and SoCal. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Vibe. Once you get this message, this is 3 hours of positive vibes, and you were just gifted by one of our great chat family members, Peacunt. Boink and Tikal from Peacunt. Tikal from JA checking in. Those eggs are my brain on drugs. J.A. Tikal from Peacunt. Space Chief 75 says Terry Nee rules. Peacunt, thank you for the gifted membership. There she is. She figured it out. Ha ha ha. Old Paul Bearer, we're going back. We're talking about that. Let's see. Yo, Demons from Stachunksta checking in. Still thinking about your great news that you shared with me the other day. Thank you, Stachunksta, and I hope it continues to be great news. Stachunksta Hoyer from the Reverend Wild Bills. I see you check in backstage. Tiffany Washington, Scott, who muted people on the panels? Uh-oh. We got to see this.
I'm not sure what she's talking about, BF. I don't remember if anybody got muted or we knew about it or.
Yeah, she's been bringing up these comments about there must have been some difficulty. Well, I know that this person I'm going to bring in, he'll probably know all about it because he was kind of the ringmaster of some of these proceedings. You know who it is, folks. It is the guy from the Great White North. It is our friend Bobby Nick. Come on, Bobby.
Hey, deep butt cheeks, motherfuckers.
What's up, Bob?
I got deep butt cheeks.
We're still talking about all the goings on and the aftermath of Late Night with Bobby Nick last night when you guys watched the wrestling match.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy shit.
Bro, I got to say, I enjoy it, and I heard Scott giggling the whole time. Bobby Nick was Bobby Nick was doing the play-by-play on this match.
Yeah, he's a good commentator, man.
Bobby Nick was like killing, oh my God, they're up on top of the ambulance. Oh my God. He's like the Canadian Jim Ross. Bobby was having fun with it. So maybe if we watch it, Bob, maybe you're inspired by seeing anything. I don't know if it's the second time as well, but man, it was a lot of fun. I told Scott while I'm prepping the show, I was watching all that silliness last night.
Yeah, Bobby Nick's commentating. I remember thinking that through the night a couple of times, thinking he's pretty good at this.
I heard Scott laughing even when he was getting his ass beat. He was just enjoying how Bobby Nick was calling the match. So there you go. We're going to continue to have fun with this in the daytime. For those of you who don't stay up late night with Bobby Nick, maybe everybody can't do that.
Bobby Nick, real quick, I guess I don't know if it's your background or your haircut, but it's very slimming.
Yeah, well, I heard people say this last night. Bobby Nick got his ears lowered, as they used to say.
Yeah.
I didn't get my hair cut. I got my ears lowered. We got the buzz on there.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Nick's got the summer fresh going on. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, when he ain't sleeping, he's podcasting, and now he's here. Tiffany, do you mean people in the chat were being timed out by other mods on Bobby Nick's channel? Yeah, Tiffany has been talking about that maybe there was some controversy or things. Did you notice any upheaval in your chat last night? I didn't notice it.
Tiffany keeps referring to that, Bobby Nick. I'm not sure what she's talking about.
People getting blocked or arguing or getting timed out. I don't know about that.
I know people pay to time out Jen.
Yeah, Jen gets timed out.
Oh no shit, yeah. You guys, I can't figure this love-hate. I'm like, it's a love-hate relationship, but man, the hate can be awfully strong on Jen a lot of times, and I don't know. She shows up for some shit. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Reverend Wild Bill says, excuse me.
Some people love to hate.
But bro, in this community, people love to hate behind a keyboard. Not Shatner, but wherever Wild Bill likes the past tense of shit, he likes Shat. That's what he did. Edibles, LMAO. Homeless Hoobie says. Talking about how Andrew was like flying high last night, Bobby Nick.
Yeah, oh my God, it was hilarious. He thought it had kicked in before the show when he had just taken it. I think he thought you just take it and it instantly kicks in.
No.
Well,
no.
A little while later, all of a sudden, we hear him just start fucking just bursting out in weird noises of laughter. And it's like, what the fuck? Okay, now it's kicking in, dude. Now it's kicking in.
If you eat my ass, you must eat mine.
Whoa, Andrew, not damn. Let's see. Scott, you're getting love from Peacunt, 100%. Couldn't understand why he had 16 likes and 20 viewers. Are you talking about last night? You're talking about me. Come on now. I wish they would make it easier, because they make you go backwards and stuff. It would be nice if YouTube just had it when you scroll across your screen and all your little pop-ups come up, that one of those would be the thumbs up, so you don't have to go away from things that you're watching in order to throw a like on it. Space Nerd, hey lady from Drummer Mom. Congratulations, the Bybee, as Mandy Diff checks in. We're going to have to go over this because many people on the day side didn't see any of this. Scott needs to do a coffin match. Well, they did ambulance.
Yeah.
Loser Quit Crying, says the Bybee. I was on panel the first match. I have terminally ill family member. Have some respect. Oh, got some illness in the family. That's why he couldn't promo. Let's see. I know Wendy's match was cut short due to time. I didn't know P-Cuttin puts time limits on these matches. I used to hate that when I was younger, when they put this match is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit or 60-minute, and then you would think somebody would win, and then they go, oh, we forgot to tell you that the timer ran out. Some kind of bullshit. They used to do that, Scott.
I was so waiting on some kind of loophole at the end of that match with me last night. There's some kind of loophole getting ready to happen. Nothing.
No, not on those kind of matches. Those are like no disqualification and no falls count anywhere. They pulled that shit on me in Baltimore one year when they had a Sting wrestle Ric Flair. They did the 60-minute time limit shit, and Sting pinned him, and they go, oh, no, the timekeeper fucked up. He didn't tell us in time. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. That was lame. But that's what I noticed. Let's get on through here. I want to make sure I acknowledge anybody that I didn't to complete this opening chat family check-in so we can get on actually watching some of this fun stuff here. Like Dang Lizard, hey Dang Lizard, checking in from across the pond.
Dang.
What's up, Dang to the Lizard? How you doing checking in on this Wednesday over here in the States? Let's see. Somebody checking in. Cigarettes up, Bobby Nick, from your friend Matt checking in. Our friend.
Deep butt cheeks, Matt.
Tiffany Washington says, I enjoy the quiet. Maybe, let's see, 20 to 30 minutes later, the edibles kick in. And that's always been my fear with edibles too, Bobby Nick, is that that's all I've ever heard is that major weed heads can't always handle them. And then you never get high on the initial bud. You got to eat it and kind of have to wait. With weed, you don't have to wait. You kind of just get it right away. So I guess that's what happened to Andrew last night. Popkey checks in on a Wednesday on the Vibe.
Okay.
Oh, Bobby Nick is more of an Ed Whalen from Stampede Wrestling than a Jim Ross. Canadian references being thrown around.
What was Ed Whalen's famous line? Close, but no cigar.
Oh shit, Popkey. I don't know if you saw it, but man, what was it last night's late night with Bobby Nick? The play-by-play that he did was excellent. Deadfool checks in. Thank you, my friend, with a most generous $4.99. DM'd you another Bobby Nick drop BF. Did you? Did you? Let's see where I go over here. I see messages over here. Oh, I do see that. Well, let me do this, folks. Let me see how long it takes QRST. It's good, my technical. Hi, folks. Your view is important to me here on The Vibe. I want to thank Deadpool for the $4.99, and now I'm going to go to my inbox, and I'm going to see what kind of drop we have for Bobby. Well, that's awesome. I'd say I don't have the video version of this, but I do have the audio version only of this. Thank you, Deadpool. Well, let's have fun with this, and let's see. Get to my proper letter here in my soundboard menu. Nope, where is that? Let me play. Oh, there you go. I found it. All right, here you go. Let me play this for you. Thank you, Deadpool, for the $4.99. And yeah, we kind of I think Bobby has a particular problem here.
Oh, I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how vaginas work. I mean, I don't
That's
know.
from our friend
I don't know how
Deadpool.
vaginas work.
Bobby, okay, so I know anything can come up in all these hours of talking. Do you remember the context of that one?
We were talking about the inner workings of vaginas, women, pretty much, And I was telling a story about well, I don't want to repeat it here.
Okay, well, let me just finish off this thought by saying, if you don't know how vaginas work, I'm not sure that Wendy does, and I'm pretty sure Kyoto has no fucking clue. So there you go. So I don't know who on that screen was going to help you with that old tale right there, Bobby Nick. But let's see.
I don't know. I don't know how vaginas work.
We're going to help him figure it out, though, Deadpool, with that $4.99. Thank you, and that also helps me toward my whack-a-goal win. You guys are awesome, contributing content and money to me. I appreciate you all so much in this community. Let's continue on with that, though. Let's see. Let's see who's in here next. Pecan shouts out Dang Lizard with the Hoya. Dead Fool, Hoya Sir, from our friend, the Reverend Wild Bill. Dead Fool, I see, let's see. Dead Fool getting a Hoya from Pecan. Tiffany Washington Pecan, I think it should be a hell-style coffin match. HIGH Dead Fool. Hi, Popkey. Those are both from Tiffany Washington. Homeless Hoovy says, all the best potheads know the water is where it's at way better than edibles. Dang says about edibles, always found edibles nice. It's a more subtle high, or subtle, I like to say, subtle high for a longer time. Just don't take too much. And Dang, I've never really had access to any kind of reliable ones or consistent ones. And all I ever heard was like people like Shuley and other major potheads going, man, I ate those and fucked up. I did it wrong. But I'm going to get down with them eventually. If I have the patience to wait for the buzz to set in. Reverend Wild Bill, he says just because. Well, you might think it's just because, but I know it's just because it's a whack-a-go win. The Reverend Wild Bill gets acknowledged by Popkey. I love can of butter, says our friend Tiff Washington. I do 500 milligram edibles. I do a 150 to 200 milligram edible. And with that, let's end up with this opening chat family check-in, and let's get on with more fun with the show with some of this other stuff we've been talking about.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
That is what we do, and that's what we're going to do. You're going to talk amongst yourselves. You're going to talk with me, and we're going to create 3 hours of positive vibes right here. I got an idea for some people. It is the summer, and we are kind of in the middle of the grass cutting season. But guys don't like missing what their favorite TV shows when they're cutting the grass. Like they don't like missing their NASCAR, Scott. They don't like missing it. So this guy came up with a pretty clever invention right here. Like to see it? Here you go. How about a NASCAR mower, Scott? Look, he's sitting on a cooler. My dude, he made his regular propel mower a riding mower, bro. There's a lot going on here. He's got the television. He's getting pulled around in the wagon. He's sitting on his cooler, and he's turned it into a riding mower. This guy's giving me ideas. I got some grass I got to be getting to later on. I'm getting ideas off of this. All right, so there you go. Now, Bobby Nick, we acknowledge also before you jumped in, buddy. I don't know what you saw, but we acknowledge Nick, Scott, basically shat himself last night on the show last night, and he put it in our messenger.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally hear the moment where it just went to the lumpy.
He did it. Oh, like what do you say? The dirt came out with that one or something.
Yeah.
Like that. He said, I think if you hear at the end, the whole dirt came out with that one. All right, so yeah, we talked about that, but let's get down and keep having fun here on the Vibe because that's what we do here. And then we, like I said, that call of the match that Bobby Nick did, that was just like chef's kiss last night. But I know a lot of people didn't see it on the day side, but so let's bring some of this kind of love to the day side and let's get into some of this. And I got just the person for it backstage. He is the bro, he makes it all happen. He is the commissioner. Pete Cunt is with us today.
Oh,
you can air all your grievances directly to the commissioner, Pete Cunt McMahon. What's up, brother?
What's up,
Commissioner, sir?
Commissioner, sir. Scott's always with the extra respect, man. He's trying to get a respectful win out of your ass, boy. He like I said, them other guys used to just beat up McMahon's ass and cuss him out there, Pete Cunt, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Scott's taking the other approach. So how you doing, brother, man? You are like stirring up the pot, and when we go over to Perry Talk, I want to talk about these separately because right now we're just going to concentrate on the Scott stuff because this has been fun in our community by itself. So I saw that we were all kind of watching last night. So what do you think about how that whole match went down last night? It was fun.
I think it was pretty cool, but I know Scott thinks differently what happened, but.
It seemed like I dominated the whole match.
You did. There's no question.
And he was worried about that too, because Scott knows from watching any wrestling that once the guy dominates a long time, suddenly what happens? Oh my God, he's come back to life, and then the other guy beats his ass, and it ends kind of suddenly, right?
Yeah, because when I made the match and everything, you know, because I let the computer take over the whole match and everything, and I was like, yeah, Scott's gonna win this. Scott's gonna win this. And then next thing you know, Bobby, he shuts the door. I was like, damn, Bobby won. I was like, there ain't no fucking way that even happened. But even I was surprised.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Bobby got his ass beat real
Scott,
good.
you was dominating that whole match the whole time too.
And he he didn't trust it one bit. He's like, I'm getting a little worried. He's like, I've been whipping his ass for a long time. I'm getting worried about this, because he knows how it normally goes when that is the case when you're watching a wrestling match.
When he went to shut that second door, and then I caught it, and I thought, oh, here's where, you know, but then it shut, man. I could not fucking believe it.
Yeah,
I thought he's gonna open it, and I was like, okay, you know, Scott's got a chance here, and it was like, no. I was like, what the fuck? I thought for sure, because I thought he was gonna win. I thought he was gonna win that whole match the whole time. I was going, damn, Scott's kicking ass in this match.
Now, Pecan, you have made, it's probably safe to say, I'm going on your page right now. Would it be safe to say that you made you're up to 50 to 100 of these matches? Do you have any kind of idea of the number?
It's at least 100.
It's at least 100. There you go. So let me see. Oh, here's the ambulance match. So we got to get down to it, and we can. I think we should do this for the people that didn't see that on the day side. Now, Pecan, because I mentioned that you made at least 100 matches, how much controversy like that is surrounding this particular matchup have you ever gotten out of any of your other matches?
No. This is like the number one. It's like the number one controversial match of all time.
Well, it does feel like that to me, but I was wondering, because you've been on other shows, I was wondering if anybody else was like, oh, this is it, this is that. But man, I can tell that this is highly competitive, highly controversial, and you're actually catching shit for some of these outcomes.
Oh yeah, it just seems like, you know, like the main rivalry of all the matches I've done. Seems like.
Yeah. Now you see. Hillbilly Ingenuity, we're talking about that mower thing. That was really good. But are you seem to be doing good, keeping it like 100 and not like flipping out and walking like McMahon and shit like that when people are accusing you of these things, you know? You seem to be taking it very well in stride.
Oh yeah, I don't even sweat anybody's comments about the whole thing.
That's right.
It's all in good fun, you know.
Well, that's good because I know, because you're trying to make it good fun, but now I'm wondering if it's turning on you. Like, hey man, I got people actually turning against me because they want to like win all these matches. You know, can't make everybody a winner, right?
Well, I'll say that talking to Mr. Commissioner McMahon, Peak Hunt now, that I feel a little bit better about the outcome, because I thought it was something nefarious was afoot, like Bobby got to him and paid him off or something to that order.
Right, and so
I feel like Peak Hunt is just as bewildered about this outcome as I am.
Yeah, I was literally shocked. I was sitting when I was making the match, and I was sitting there. I was literally watching the whole match the whole time. I was like, "What the fuck, really?" Like, you know what? I know.
He's like, "I'm gonna catch some shit for this one." It's Mr. Peak Hunt, Scott. Have some respect. He's saying, I'll say. They're having edible talk in the chat. We got a little side edible talk I love in the chat going on. They need to do the Hulk Hogan when he makes a comeback match. Ask Tits McGee. Put it in a jar and place it in the oven. They're having weed talk in the chat. But now the rematch. If Scott wins, there has to be a rubber match. So see, this is what we were talking about. You probably heard earlier, Pecan, and we're all familiar with this being a wrestling fans. Is that when a title guy lost his match, he would get like one comeback match. Basically,
yeah,
you know, but now it's turning into now everybody that has the title, you know, now I get my comeback match. Bobby wants his, and then Scott, and then the next winner. You know, I don't know how this is all going to end, right?
Well, I think of myself as more of a people's champ, so, and I know I don't want to give people. I don't know if the people really want to see a fourth and a fifth, you know. So I understand if it has to come to an end on me and him, but I'm more of a people's champ. Yeah, that's the best I can talk wrestling. I don't know.
Okay, maybe this will happen because, you know, wrestling does turn, and Scott, you make a fair point that no one wants to see the same thing over and over again. And at some point, they would flip the script, and baby faces would become heels, and people that didn't get along would all of a sudden be friends. So Bobby is saying, LMFAO, that means laugh my fucking ass off. It's a video game, people. We should be a tag team. So maybe that'll happen. You know, maybe somebody will come out and attack. That would be funny if you guys were having a match and somebody came out and attacked Bybee, and suddenly Scott had to be the defender of Bybee. And there you go, and then become a tag team is formed. You never know what's going to happen with. Yes, go ahead. Yes, Bob.
I think the thing is about it, like, okay, why it got so big is Scott was doing really good at like getting heat on it, and you know, everybody knows Scott and Bybee have been friends since like fucking kindergarten.
Absolutely.
So that just builds it up even more.
Yeah,
and you know,
it is, and all the shit talk because it ties so closely to the long-standing relationship. Stormy checks in and she throws out the Pecan 420. Pecan 420 link where you can find these matches, and you can find matches with Wendy, and we're gonna get into other matches too when we get over into Perry Talk. We're not done having fun talking about this today. Tiffany Washington, I like to make magic brownies. Tiffany Washington says, hi, Saint Stormy. Tiffany Washington getting the love from Dang Lizard. It's all a win for a pecan for pecan. That's right. Rice Krispies made with RSO are the best. Yes.
You know, I've been carrying Bybee my whole life. I guess I could carry him in a tag team.
and this is, I think this is why this has been one of the more controversial ones, because the line is blurred between real life and this kind of what we're doing here. And because it's like, wait a minute, was that like a real jab because these guys known each other so long, or was it a wrestling jab? And that's why it's fun. So Chunkster says, make them all lose pecan and teach them all. Teach them all a lesson. Fuck them all, he says. Hi, Stormy says to everybody. Or Brownies, Red Bill. Tiff is getting acknowledged from Stormy. Hello, gents. The winner has to fight Perry. Winner. Oh,
shut the fuck up.
Not a bad idea. Wavy G checking in on a Wednesday. It would be good for Scott and Bybee, tag team partners, but the future is here. The future is coming, as Bob Levy says. Wavy G, Hoya. Hi, Wavy G. That's where the manager comes out, and I spelled it right this time. Yo, Manger. Hey, man, you want to go to the Manger? You want to be my Manger, man? Wendy versus Jen, question mark. Did somebody talk about this already? Let's see.
I don't
think and Bobby Nick,
about, but I mean,
what is this controversy I hear of a Chris wall? Somebody says they're going to have a Chris wall like Wendy's wall. What is this?
Well, Wendy just came out with it yesterday. Yeah, she's gonna have a Chris wall.
No way! I thought you were the only one in her. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you know, she's starting to branch. She's starting to branch out there with more and more boys. So you know what? I said, hey, Wendy, you know this isn't fair. So you know, I got myself 2 internet girlfriends yesterday. So there you go.
Oh,
Manny Div. Yeah, Manny Div is one of my internet girlfriends, and so is Sweet Scorpio. So yeah,
and I bet that's at least 2 of the people. We'll talk about it at the end of the show when you do your plug. They're already excited for the lounge at the beginning of the show. Bobby Nick's Lounge on Wednesday, the Music Lounge. Stormy HIGH from the Reverend Wild Bill. RBW, she's acknowledging people. Everybody's acknowledging Stormy. Let's say I'm stoned as shit. All right, well, we got Pecan in here now. Why don't we do a few news stories, and then after the news, I say we get into some more of these wrestling matches, or maybe we should do wrestling match and then news. We can mix it up. RBW, Fruity Pebbles with regular Cocoa Krispies. I want some now. That sounds like a lot of weed talk in the chat right there. Like, I want to make them Fruity Pebbles with them Cocoa Krispies. There's only every now and then, Pecan, when I got like the bottom of 2 boxes, or there's not enough in one. If the cereal's mixed right, I'll pour it on top of, and I'll make a mixed bowl of cereal, make up my own shit, right?
Yeah, I do it too.
There you go. Oi, friends. Hello from Wavy G checking in. All right, let's get down. We're going. Oh, Head Chunk checks in and says Scott secretly sent Wendy a pants poo pic. Now that would have been funny, Scott. If in the moment, if you would have taken whatever came out pic and sent it to Wendy. Oh shit.
Yeah, I had thought about mid cleanup. I thought, man, I should take a picture of this for Bobby Nick, but you just want to get it off of you, man. You don't really want to hang around.
Exactly. Like you don't like. I get that. Let's see. I'm shipping Wendy and Perry. You're shipping Wendy and Perry. Stormy can't wait to hold the tater baby, says our friend Mandy Diff.
Oh yeah. Stormy is pregnant with Cardiff.
No.
Cardiff,
no.
baby.
With the recently discovered that he's Black Cardiff. Now she has Black Cardiff's baby because Wendy can no longer be with him, and because her father is haunting her. I heard.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, look, you guys know, look, we got some great friends here. We got 33 of you in the chat. We don't have Andrew today, but we got you guys. And look, it's our show, so we can do it any order we want to. And since we got great friends here and we're already talking about it, let's stay in the moment and let's keep the flavor going about this whole. And it's only, well, actually, I thought it was a 15-minute match. It's actually a 28-minute match. I don't know which one I saw. I thought it was 15 minutes. But either way, we're going to watch it either way. Let's do it and let's get into it. And let's watch these great, fun creations. This is the rematch. When Scott lost his belt to Bobby, he says, I want a rematch. And for whatever reason, how did it become an ambulance match, Pecan?
Well, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I've done, the last match was a last man standing. So I was like, okay, I want to think of something I've never done yet. So ambulance match kind of, I was going in between either an ambulance match or a casket match. So I was like, okay, let's do an ambulance match because, I thought it would be funnier. So.
All right. Well, let's watch it there. And I saw some people in the chat saying they love the ring entrances. So let's watch a couple of these ring entrances and let's see how much fun we can have going through this and watch a little bit of the action of the ambulance match from last night. Scott Fitzpatrick versus David Bybee.
The following contest is an ambulance match and is for the NXT Championship.
I noticed you're getting more fancy. We're actually putting the announcers in the ring. They haven't always been in the ring that I've noticed. So that's something new I noticed.
Well, it depends. It's only happens when it's only like a one-on-one match. Only.
Okay, certain matches give you that ability. Okay.
Yeah, it's the only time they ever have an announcer in the ring.
I like the emojis that you have on the name on YouTube. You got a little ambulance emoji.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. And this guy, I love this. This was like the perfect one.
Yeah, Scott doing Dude Love.
Dude Love. He based it on Dude Love. Pecan. Is it Perry? Wavy G says this is computer graph.
What the fuck up? Title will be on the line here. You're right, Michael. And judging from the response on social media,
KFK Headjunk shouts you out.
We're likely to see a new champ crowned here tonight.
The challenger about to compete in a career-altering championship match. He is ready.
So you premiered this last night, did you not?
Yes, I did.
So it just so happened that, or I guess it just so happened, or maybe you thought about it, that Bobby Nick was doing Late Night with Bobby Nick, and I was watching, prepping the show, and people were like, when's your match start, Scott? I'd be like, oh, it starts at like 11:45 or something like that.
Yeah.
I totally planned it that way.
That's great, man. That's good. That's good timing because it gave them perfect time to go, hey, man, this thing just kind of presented itself. Let's watch it as it just came live. And he premieres them on Peacunt 420. Sets your notification bell. And whenever he makes one of these up, you'll get a little notification that Peacunt made another match. Better go look at it.
Here we go, guys. The championship is on the line here in this one. And I'll tell you, Cole, the champion has never looked more dominant than right here, right now.
Lie, 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 lie. All lies. Disgusting.
The pressures of being champion are very real, but this guy is ready for it.
Scott will win for sure. Let's see, Tits McGee. What, Tits wasn't in the chat last night?
I don't think so.
No, she probably went to bed early.
Now, Tits, you did see the last night's show, right? Scott walks like he's got shit in his pants. Scott does have shit in his pants. You're talking about he walks
last
like
night, anyway.
Walk like he's got shit in his pants.
I heard that shit come out. I mean,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I did too.
Unbelievable. I'm saying, let me get it ready again real quick. Show it to you real quick. Like, see it? Here it goes. Oh, there we go.
Very annoying and rude when you're drunk.
Hi, baby bees.
Oh, Chris! Oh my God, Scott must have asked there. Holy shit!
Good one.
Very annoying and rude when you're drunk.
There you go.
Oh, just the ending there. You're gonna hear it. Getting lumpy.
So Scott does walk like he has shit in his pants.
From parts unknown, weighing in at 225 pounds, Scott Bitch Patrick.
Scott's bitch Patrick.
And his opponent,
Disgusting farts.
place in particular, weighing in
This is a better watch party than last. I don't know about that. Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
the NXT champion.
Now, Scott, I know that you being kindergarten friends with this, even this little video right here just rubs your crawl, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just gets into you, doesn't it? You're like, I don't even like seeing this. Fake or not, I hate this fucking shit, right?
Yeah.
I love how
You win this title, you are primed for
I love all the
big
themes you've been
things.
coming up with. You've done BF Live themes for me, and you do them for Bobby Nick. And I love you got the Marlboro around here somewhere.
Yeah.
I like that. I noticed that. Got to have a cigarette sponsor for Bobby Nick. There you go. There's the belt. Here comes the ambulance being back to the stage. I'm telling you, they fucking bring it. Yes, the headphones, Johnny A. Let's watch and see if they ever come off. There you go. There's the rules of an ambulance match for those of you who are unaware. There are no pinfall, submissions, disqualifications, or countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent into the ambulance by any means necessary. After closing both doors, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner.
The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent into the ambulance by any means
Oh, that's what she said.
necessary. After closing both doors, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin!
Let's get out. No cigarette sponsors allowed. There's to be no smoking in my home, you motherfathers.
Here we go. Ambulance match underway. In this match, there's only one path to victory. You have to get your opponent into the ambulance.
We're going to do some Perry talk later, Wavy G, involving
And that
wrestling.
rule is the only rule in this kind of match. In order to accomplish this task, these superstars can be as savage as they
I'll give that as a little teaser. Stay tuned because Pecan not only has this from our community, but we got some news coming out of the Perry Caravello community, and we're going to have a Perry and Bob match. We're going to give it 2 since Pecan is here because they're picking up the vibes over there in the Perry Caravello universe.
want. And honestly, that's what it's going to take to get a win here. No one's just going to let you put them into the ambulance.
So I know, these are just the softening up moves, I call them, Scott.
Yeah, see, Bobby started off strong, which I was kind of glad because I was hoping it blows the wad.
Yeah.
And then right here's where I started making a bit of a comeback, and it seems like I pretty much dominated, except I seem to be susceptible to sleeper holds.
That's what you guys were talking about, like every move. Go ahead, excuse me, go ahead, please. You talk.
Oh, during the whole match, I was sitting there going, "Why does he keep putting Scott in a sleeper hold?" I was like, "It makes no sense because you can't submit to nobody in the whole match because you have to get him in the ambulance to win the match."
And it seemed like whenever I had the meat stick, I was missing a lot. I didn't know.
So the meat stick was going to make an appearance. It's the gigantic Slim Jim stick, right? Let's see. It says C. Now this was Scott having a little bit of issue with the door status. See, at the beginning, the doors are closed on the ambulance. How did they get open? Scott needs a manager. FJM wants to be your manager.
Well, you'll end up seeing that I do. I think it was my character that does end up opening the doors, but then at some point, Bobby ends up shutting the doors.
Yeah, the doors go open and shut.
I may have missed it, but somehow the doors got reopened and.
I think I'm pretty sure Bobby reopened the doors. Scott.
So, but Scott last night, before he knew it, he was getting shoved in the ambulance, and he's like, "How did the doors get reopened?" Like that's all he was stuck on.
He must have had somebody else inside the ambulance then that was holding me back or something.
No, you'll see that when you fell off the ambulance, Bobby automatically opened the door, and then it happened. You'll see.
Chris Thompson has a suggestion. He says maybe Scott can get sponsored by Depends Sports Diapers. Perry would love those.
Shut the fuck up.
That's nah, he don't got anything Depends. I never seen a grown man so happy to talk about how he pisses on himself all day. Oh, there's the slam to the Slim Jim. Just the gigantic meat stick that everybody's talking about. Look, Tits McGee says, Chris, that's brilliant. Sports diapers. Uh-oh. Oh, the knee and all. So I'll speed some of this up so we can get near the end a little bit. Plus, it can be fun sometimes watching it at a faster speed. Let's do.
Stiff elbow will break that.
I'll say almost halfway.
When you start seeing them climb up on top of the ambulance, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, here's some door stuff. Now, Scott is the first to open the doors. There you go. Here comes the first stuffings. Oh, nope. Oh, we got him in.
Might be getting a look at their ultimate fate right now.
All right, I'll slow it down a little bit. Let's see, because you got to see in real time, like how he holds the door shut. I thought some of these were funny because you never knew when it was going to end.
Desperately trying to close the first of two doors. Can they get it?
Look at that. Hey, let's acknowledge Chris Thompson, man. Thanks, Chris, for being a bro. Thank you for your $5 super chats. Thank you for your energy and your support and making your way over here on the Vibe on multiple days, brother. I appreciate you. Have a great day, whatever you got to do, man. Here you go.
And escaping the ambulance. And the match continues.
Then here, the salt. Oh, now, he like Superman your ass in there, Scott.
Superstar wants to be right now.
And I know, because even me, even though it's phony, it still gets you. Like, man, I fucking hate that shit, man. Look at this, but these were funny. I heard you guys saying this match might end soon as you had him in there in that first time, right?
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to end quick. That would have been something, Scott. It would have been like a 5-minute match. Scott would have loved that. Gigantic Slim Jim. Them to a Slim Jim. Ain't that what it is? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a slobber knocker. Let's go. We'll go up with the speed a little bit. What were you saying about halfway early there, buddy?
Yeah, I would say about halfway.
Go halfway through it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's about 14. So you get the idea. They soften each other up. But let's go forward. They're still softening each other up. They're still in the same position.
Pick the right spot.
Good.
Notice the doors are shut now.
Doors are shut. Scott's been keeping his eyes on the doors.
I think we're going to see it, gentlemen. There it comes.
Yeah, Scott just kept powerbombing his ass right on the fucking.
A chance to end this.
That's one of the strength moves. It's the power bomb.
I think, yeah.
He's got another finishing move, but I can't remember what it is.
This has made Scott care about wrestling.
I think it's a choke slam.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Let's speed up again. Let's go 1 3/4. Let's see what that does.
And his torso continues to be targeted. That could be disrupting the flow there at this point.
Sleeper. There's the sleeper.
Yeah. Pointless sleeper.
I could never understand why he would put him in the sleeper hole at all.
Right, it's just going to soften him up.
It even pissed me off the whole time.
Yeah, now Scott's got the sledgehammer. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Bobby Nick was excited as hell last night. He's like, Scott's got the sledgehammer. We haven't even seen any of this shit up on top of the ambulance yet, have we?
No.
Not yet. You will, though.
Wait, so you see this and you think Scott's got this made, but he was getting worried. He's like, I get a little too worried when I'm dominating.
Yeah, Scott was beating the piss out of Bobby the whole match, though. He was.
Tids McGee's going hard in the paint. She says, hey, I have an idea. Let's get Scott and Bobby to recreate this match in real life. How high can Scott throw Bobby? Bobby had brought his own chair. Where is that? That shit's all over the place.
himself back in order again.
It's a lot of big stick.
I think I was watching a match the other night, P-Cunt. Do they allow you to put blood in the ring? I swore I saw somebody's blood in the ring.
Yeah, you can. You can do either one. You can do, without it or with it. And you can also choose what weapon you can use. You can use, like, let's say, for instance, if I wanted to use all meat sticks, I could. Or
all meat stick
or
match.
all chairs, or all tables.
Oh, that's
or
neat.
whatever.
That's neat. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It's a meat stick match. Be a new match.
These superstars are pumping the adrenaline they so desperately need right now. And just pounding the meat for the opposition.
Pounding the meat.
You see stuff beating the living piss out of Bybee, and it's like, how does this even happen?
Sticking with the classics, a barbed wire bat.
A barbed wire bat now. Yeah, so like, look, there's Scott now. He's beating him with the meat stick. I'm trying to get that. Isn't there one more go up on top of the ambulance? Here it comes. Look at this shit. Now this is epic right here. Look at armbar.
Oh, this is just terrible to watch. He's in so much pain and can't do
He's
anything.
gonna purple crossface.
Yeah.
Double axe handle smash. Nothing about this match has to feel good. But right on top of an ambulance? Oh my God, no.
Oh, that was, look at it. Oh yeah. Well, who was it? I don't know if it was was it Shammy? Shammy like lost her shit. Like somebody like, oh my God, that was incredible, Scott, when you threw him off and then you swan dive on top of him.
Yeah.
Was it Scott? Do you remember who it was, Bobby Nick? One of the ladies like really.
Shammy.
It was Shammy. She reacted like crazy to that. And that was pretty badass sequence of moves right here. Like somebody get thrown off and then he did a swan dive and I was like, oh shit.
Handle smash. Nothing about this match has to feel good. But right on top of an ambulance?
Look, push him off and then look, Scott, no. That was a badass move right there. It's 22 minutes of a 28-minute match. Let me take a second to acknowledge the lovely Space Nerd who says happy hump day. Thank you for helping me whack the goal on this Whack-A-Goal Wednesday. Thank you, Nerd. I appreciate your contributions, financial and otherwise.
Could be the turning point.
All right, so we got about 6 minutes time on this.
He deflects it right back. I think we're going to see it, gentlemen. Here it comes.
That might have just been the deciding factor in this match.
Oh, don't go up again. Oh, he's going.
He's trying to set my
ambulance and those doors shut.
On top of the ambulance. What's he going to do now?
Waiting for him to wake up. Oh, you waiting for him to move. This guy's going up.
See, I thought he was going to jump while he was laying down the whole time. I was sitting there going, oh shit, he's going to do another swan dive.
Ambulance.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
But why?
He didn't hesitate on that first one.
On top of the ambulance now. He's got something big in mind. Trying to make his way atop the ambulance.
I think Scott broke Bybee's neck. Scott, don't call 911 and keep streaming. Oh, wait, wrong channel. Whoa, look behind me. I think that guy in the ring broke his neck. Fuck him. I'm doing a live. Fuck him.
Dangerous position to be in.
Can somebody call for this guy? I'm not cutting off my knee.
This is as reckless as it gets. Ascending an ambulance, fighting up in the air. This is crazy.
I want to take a second to acknowledge our friend Wavy G that says, okay, my beautiful darling men. That's a Perry message. I must retire to bed. I hope you are all feeling happy and gay. And not even the happy gay, the regular gay. Hey, Wavy G, thanks for checking in, man. And I hope you got some positive vibes after you came home late from work, my friend. Thank you, buddy.
Insulting. Here we go. You're right.
Oop. Oh, he took out the choke slam. He reversed the choke slam. He countered it. And yes, we've always talked about how we love how the headphones stay on the whole time.
Suplex. Very nice. Only so much space to work with up there. One wrong move could have a disaster.
Oh, there's a ambulance sleeper.
Yeah. And look at him tapping. He's had enough, but it doesn't even matter in this scenario. Oh, man, what a leg drop. Really flirty with disaster up there on the roof of the ambulance. One false move.
That was Bobby. Oh, he climbs down. He knows swan dive for him. Now here goes. We're in the last 4 minutes of the match, folks.
Goes under the ropes to get back inside. Open.
He's opening. There's the doors opening, Scott.
Yeah, see, he opens the door.
There's somebody inside that ambulance.
Somebody's inside the ambulance. It's Paul Bearer.
It's Jen.
It's Jen. That's even better. Hey, Scott. And that's why you ran out of the fucking ambulance.
Totally vibing with the WWE Universe right now.
The headphone company needs a sponsor, Scott, for showing how good they are. We need a diaper sponsor and a headphone sponsor.
Oh, my God. Showing a lot of fury with these attacks.
All right, let's speed it up because we got to get to the end and we got to get to the piss break. Someone needs one.
He's managing to find some of that needed.
All right, when they get back in front of the ambulance, when it gets down to it, I'll put it back on regular speed. Resuming through the last 3 minutes at faster speed. Just watching in the last softening moves. Jen is the CMA in the ambulance. Another sleeper.
This is just torturous now. And he gets set back into the ring.
Bobby can fly. He believes he can fly. Scott was podcasting during the match. That's why he's got the headphones on. Oh, certified medical assistant. Thank you. I thought it was a country music artist. Thanks, Wild Bill. Like, Jen's a country music artist? Really?
He's outside the ring now. He's got a hold. Throwing back the proverbial gauntlet. Where is this going to go next? He manages to escape it. Oh, this is just too far. Get some control in there. Oh, it is aggression. Just
2 minutes to go on the video, folks. They'll be coming together soon.
Out of the way in time. And look at
They're over by the ambulance now. I'll put it back on regular speed with 1 minute left in the video to show you how this ends. All right, guys, I'm putting it on regular speed. Here we go, last minute of the match, guys.
Yeah, he threw him right in there.
Bobby Nick was play-by-play as he first saw. Oh, there we go. Come on, Scott. Oh, he got the. Look, Scott hates it again, even though he knows how it happened. I'd be the same way.
Wow.
What a grueling battle.
It hurts to watch a second time. I'm sorry to have to show this painful loss to Scott again. There you go. So that's it, folks.
Pretty impressive defense.
And that's why Scott, he came with his contract, his money in the bank, and he says, I demand a rematch right away. That's what you got to do, Pecan. You got to start having money in the bank matches, maybe, or something.
Yeah, see, I'm still trying to figure out how I can do that.
Yeah, let's see.
I really want to do that.
Well, that just means there's more fun to be had. And there's more fun to be had on this show, folks. Thank you for the 30 people that are jumping here for midday positive vibes. We're just a bunch of bros doing what we like to do. And what we need to do right now is we're halfway through this episode of The Vibe. Scott and Bobby Nick and my friend Pete Cunt join us today, Commissioner McMahon. So how about we do this? We're going to take our little pause for the cause that we like to do halfway through a show. It only lasts 2.5 minutes. It's a piss break. But you can do anything you have to do. You can grab a drink and grab a smoke, but grab a friend and tell them that no one has more fun than we do in the midday on The Vibe. And when we come back, since we have Bobby here, we're shifting the order of things around here a little bit on The Vibe. Normally we'd do the news and then we would do other stuff. But today, since we got our guest Bobby Commissioner here, we talked about the match and showed it. When we come back after the piss break, we will do The Vibe Not So Serious News. We will do soulful horoscope readings, and we will do Perry talk because Pecan has a story also involving Perry Caravello. So after this 2.5 minute piss break, hang around, folks, because you're not going to want to miss it, what we're going to talk about next. 2.5 minutes for more fun right after this.
I think I need a piss break. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance, pee-pee dance. Yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I need a piss break. I do the pee-pee dance. I do the pee-pee dance. Yeah. I think I need a piss break. Oh yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Oh, watch me now. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Come on, give it to me, that pee-pee break. DJ, hook it up. Drop that beat. Yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Watch me now. Pee-pee breakdown, pee-pee breakdown. Break it down, pee-pee, yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Oh, yeah. Wash your hands. Don't be gross. I know you touched your pee-pee.
Ooh, just got made back under the wire. I had a little extended piss break right here on the vibe. Why my shit's trying to go off and everything while I'm away, Bobby Nick? How you doing, bud?
Breaking news.
What we got?
Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys has passed away at the age of 82.
Wow, that guy went through some shit. Well, thank you, Bobby Nick, for the breaking news. Let's see. Maybe I can do a quick celebrity death report about that because I am getting ready to start the news. So thank you for that update there, Bobby Nick. Maybe I started off yesterday. Wow, it's the musical people, Bobby Nick. We did Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone yesterday. And then Bobby Nick gives me the latest, and I'm going to bring it to you. I guess that's how we're going to start off. Let me take this banner off the screen, and let's do the news now because we got friends in here, and we can do this show in any order we want to. So let me take the piss break thing down. I'm going to head over to my new studio, and I'm going to apparently, because of my friend Bobby Nick, I'm going to start it off with some breaking news about a famous musician that is just we just heard had passed away. So let me run my little element, go over to my news desk as I bring you the BF Live The Vibe, not so serious news. That's right, folks. We're doing it a little different here today. We got our friend Pecan checking in. I'll bring Scott back in a second as soon as he gets all his stuff. But yeah, let's start off. Thanks to Bobby Nick. He gives us the updates. I'm used to Jake coming in the chats and doing stuff like, BS, something happened, dude. I got to get some breaking news to you. But we're going to bring it because we got Bobby Nick letting us know that a famous Beatle has passed away. So let me run that element, and I'll report it to you right now with our celebrity death report. BF Live, Celebrity Death, Marriage, and Divorce Report. They lived, they loved, they died. So let's do it, folks. Thanks to Bobby Nick, we have learned that, unfortunately, that Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys co-founder and singer, dies at the age of 82. I guess, I don't know, he never really looked 82 to me when I saw him. But this guy, I mean, this was a powerhouse back in the days of the Beatles, and he tried to compete like record for record with the Beatles at one point and kind of drove himself crazy doing it. I'm going to bring Scott Fitzpatrick in. Hey, Scott.
Hey.
Bobby Nick just gave us breaking news that Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys has passed away, Scott.
I was just now seeing that, yeah. I met a couple of the Beach Boys in a guitar shop.
Did you?
Yeah, the guitar player, and I think it was the drummer. And they was just passing through, and they stopped at a small town guitar shop, and I froze like an idiot, and just all I could do was say hi, and I didn't say nothing.
Hi, how you? I'm Scott. How you? You like guitars? Like when Chris Farley did that character from the movies. He goes, "Remember when you did Live or Let Die? They did Paul McCartney. Remember that? That was cool." Let's see. Deadpool suggests that Beach Boys in the Lounge later. Bobby Nick, perhaps.
Oh yeah, maybe somebody could request it.
You can request whatever you want for $1 a song, but let's read a little bit about him, because this guy, you know, I knew of his career and his tortured life, Bobby Nick, that he had, because he made like the album Pet Sounds, that was one of his most notable albums, and he was like trying to compete with the Beatles back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like that drive to be better, be the next band. It seemed like he was so driven by that it aided his soul, and it kind of drove him crazy. He seemed like he was like a production perfectionist, Scott.
Didn't he also have daughters that was singers? Or
yes.
Wilson Phillips or something like
Very
that?
good. Scott's making the connections. That's right. He is the father of the girls that are in two of the girls that are in Wilson Phillips, I think, or at least two of them. Was it Carney Wilson?
Carrie Wilson.
Carney Wilson, yeah, right. And then the other one was John Phillips' daughter, hence Wilson Phillips. Well, there you go. Brian Wilson, the pop genius and singer who co-founded the Beach Boys, has died at the age of 82. And you know, he came out of those whole like the boy era, those a cappella, just singing and kind of doo-wop groups like P-Cunt. You know, like they had a lot of their songs had that quality to them too.
A lot of surfing music too.
Yep, sir. Like they came right, Bobby Nick. They came out of that whole era of that like 50s doo-wop and P-Cunt. They kind of they evolved into the surf music, and then trying to compete with the Beatles. Like what an era of music to be around in. The musician's family. Yes. What else?
When I was in second grade, my mom had all the old records and stuff, and Beach Boys was the first music band that really got me into music. When I was in second grade, we had show and I brought the record, and the teacher played 409 for the class.
Oh, Soup It Up 409 by the car. It says the musician's family announced his death on Wednesday, June 11th, which is today, in an Instagram post featuring a recent photo of the star smiling on a bench. And, you know, you guys remember he literally snapped and didn't have anything to do with Carney Wilson or his children and all for a while there, Scott. He like really went off the rails. Right. He wasn't being involved with the Beach Boys. He wasn't being involved with any of his family members. He had like caretakers that were kind of like trying to help him and keep him away from all the craziness. We are heartbroken to announce that our beloved father, Brian Wilson, has passed away, the statement read. We are at a loss for words right now. Please respect our privacy at this time. Then why are you telling everybody? Family's grieving. We realize that we are sharing our grief with the world. Love and mercy. Described in People in 1975 as a formative genius of the group, Wilson served as the rock band's songwriter and co-lead vocalist, and also played bass guitar and keyboard alongside brothers Dennis and Carl Wilson, cousin Mike Love, and friend Al Jardine, who were part of the original lineup. So, there's the picture of him looking more 82 on a bench right there. That was the picture. But I just remember that he like shut himself out from the world. He didn't have anything to do with his children. Like he just had a rough time with life. But there you go. He was born in Inglewood, 1942. But they were that surf music, that music just changed like the whole time they were in there. So there you go. So maybe it's an opportunity today. Scott looks like he's in like a witness protection program with this lighting.
Yes, I'd like to say that I think that the match was a farcical match, and I'm just a mystery guy here.
He looks like he's a mystery guy. Well, there you go. Let's keep on going with the news. I want to thank Bobby Nick for keeping me up to date on everything so I can give you the freshest news. Dead at the age of 82. Now, after Sly from Sly and the Family Stone, the next day we report that Brian Wilson passed at the age of 82. Now let's go on with the regular news.
BF Live, Celebrity Death, Marriage, and Divorce Report. They lived, they loved, they died.
right, let's continue on here with the vibe. I'm going to bring you a story. I was telling Andrew yesterday that it seemed like ever since he moved down to Florida, this ain't Florida, but it's close, that I've been doing like these alligator and crocodile stories. And I have yet another one. And I almost didn't do it, but for the size of this alligator, guys. And I'm going to go, look at this. Look how big this alligator is, Scott and Bobby Nick. There's like 3 mofos that have to hold it down.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
That's the only reason I'm sharing this particular story is because I've never, like 3 guys had to hold it down. Or it says a North Carolina sheriff's office assisted with the capture of a nearly 400-pound alligator and joked that the reptile was cited for suspicion of being a dinosaur without proper papers. Did you escape from Jurassic Park? The Onslow County Sheriff's Office said on social media that deputies responded alongside North Carolina Wildlife Resources personnel when the prehistoric perp was caught loitering near the double yellow line on Old 30 Road. The gator, dubbed Pepe by the sheriff's office, was estimated to weigh between 350 and 400 pounds. This is like a cow or some shit, or a baby cow at least. The nearly 10-foot reptile has been cited for suspicion of being a dinosaur without proper papers, public loitering, and intent to sunbathe by obstructing traffic, the sheriff's office joked. Officials wrote the alligator was safely relocated with no injuries to humans or reptiles. Where do you you just shove it in the woods?
Yeah, all right.
This is making somebody else's problem. Just shove it in the woods and hope that it don't come out again and become somebody else's problem. I guess that's all you can really do. There's Scott in the Witness Protection Program. Simple
Right.
Green, fuck 409. No, not the spray, you knucklehead. The 409 was about a song. They're souped up 409, right, Scott? Rev it up,
Yeah.
409.
Car, yeah.
Yeah. Those
I think it's a
woodies.
motor or something.
Yeah. With the and they talked about the wood paneled cars or whatever and stuff like that.
She's real fine, my 409.
There you go. So I like that, we get these influences from our parents and people that are around us. But let's play a little BF.
She's real fine, my 409.
Yeah,
She's
sing it,
real
Scott.
Fine, my 409.
Dip, dip, dip.
Well, I save my pennies and I save my dimes. Giddy up, 409.
There you go. That's what it is. In my room, blah, blah, blah. It reminds me of the Sam Kinison bit where he was making fun of Brian Wilson. Blood checks in on a Wednesday for positive vibes.
Blood.
That's right. Hey, Blood, what's good? Hey, man, stick around for Perry Talk because we have some special person on here has had some interaction with the Perry community. I want a sand bed in my living room, says the Chunkster. Feedback surfing 409, yeah. John Cusack played him in a great movie. Our friend Gimme Bezos acknowledges. Surfing USA. Hey, throw your favorite Beach Boys in the song in the chat. Let's see. I would call that gator supper, says the Redmond Bill. Onslow County. I'm less than a mile from. I was thinking about you, Mandy Diff. I got them gators in the road right there, Mandy Diff. Whoa. The biggest one I have seen is a 14-footer. I hope we're still talking about alligators. Stachunksta says, she's fine, my simple green. Yeah. Doesn't flow off the tongue quite the same there, does it, Stachunksta? The woodies, you're talking about the wood-sided cars they refer to. Blood says, tell me you served in the military without telling me. Ha ha, simple green, says our friend Blood. Nightbot is running all of our friends' bots and links. That son of a bitch is one pair of boots by himself and may be a belt, said about that alligator. I got an alligator story for you, says Mandy Diff. I'll post pics on X. Alligator was on the road while I was working. Well, that's what that story was. It was literally sunbathing in the middle of the road. Let's see. But I pissed my cushion. Wow. Little surfer girl. My little surfer girl. We can do that. That's the doo-wop that I was telling you about, that whole doo-wop era they came out of. I had a pet gator when I was growing up. Used to feed it a whole chickens. I thought you were going to say it tasted like chicken. Went to D.C., smoking for years. Wipe out. Says Pecan checking in. That's one of your favorite. Wipe out. All right, well, there you go. Yeah, that whole surf music and the doo-wop, the surf music, and then the metal music with Jimi Hendrix and all. What a wild era. But yeah, let's continue on here because right now, what we were talking about here, we were talking about that huge alligator, and I'm going to share another story with you. Pecan, you likes to go out and do you drink or anything? Do you like imbibe in alcoholic beverages, or are you mostly a herbalist? What's your thing, bro?
I drink on my off days. I drink Dr. Pepper with the Oak Granddad, which is bourbon whiskey.
Oh, interesting. Now, do you mix that up yourself, or you find in the little mixes that they're starting to put that stuff in cans? You can just buy it like that, right?
I just like to do my own little thing, but sometimes I'll use Dr. Pepper or Coke. It depends on my mood or whatever.
But you seem like mostly a home drinker. Now, this article I'm telling you about is I don't know. You don't have to dox your gen. I'm not saying that you're this generation or not, but this article has to do with Gen Z, and they infuriate bartenders with this bizarre behavior, and someone has to bully these people. This article is about if you run a tab when you go out to the bar. Have you guys when you do go out to the bar, are you guys that kind of like to buy one drink at a time, or have you ever ran like a tab somewhere, Scott? You ever been that guy or what?
I've always been a one drink at a time. I don't think they do that around where I live. I've never seen anybody put it on their tab.
This is interesting. And how about you, Bobby? Nick, you ever had any experience with like using a tab or being asked to use the tab or anything?
No.
Well, this is interesting, and I probably do this behavior too. So maybe we're acting like Gen Zs, if you will. But this is the behavior. It says, if you're ever at a bar wondering if someone is Gen Z or a millennial, just keep tabs on how they pay for their drinks. And we've already proved, I don't think this is necessarily 100% proven. Zoomers, what they're calling them, are purportedly adverse to opening up bar tabs, preferring to close out and swipe their card after every drink, no matter how many they end up having, Scott. Now, I do this too because I guess I've never really cared for the notion of just somebody having open access to my card. And, they sit them all up there in these busy bars, and sometimes they don't know. I don't believe they can always tell clearly in a busy bar who bought what, Scott.
Right.
So I'm a one drink at a time person too. And yeah, plus there's other reasons for that. It does say that, according to the New York Times, there are a few reasons why this could be the case. For starters, Gen Z is drinking alcohol far less than us previous generations, so opening a tab at a bar might seem unnecessary to them. Closing the tab does a lot to the mentality to stop you from indulging. I think this is key, Scott, because if you know somebody has a card and you're half in the bag, and you're like, just give me another one, right? It's that easy.
Yeah.
Just keep bringing them. So there's a lot of thought going on to this. But closing the tab does a lot mentally to stop you from indulging because you don't have easy access to it, says Jewel Chavez, 23, who told the Times. Gen Z has also become used to the one-and-done transactions, mainly using Apple Pay and simply tapping their phones to purchase things rather than a physical card. So that's another reason for this, guys, is that, everybody's used to going up, tapping. Are you much of a tapper there, Pecan?
No, not really. I had before, but I'd rather just, pay, let's say for instance, if I want a beer or whatever, I just, here's the $3, $4, whatever. I'd rather do it by cash anyways instead of by
me too.
card debit.
Yeah, I've been tapping my card where the chip readers are if they take them kind of recently. So but let's continue on with this article here.
I'll tap sometimes, but you know what? Fucking sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know.
And then you got to slide it or put the chip reader in there anyway, right?
Yeah, it's like fucking.
Oh, what I was getting at is that I tap with my card, but there's also this ability with the NFC on your phone to tap with your phone. I've done that a couple different times at a vending machine, Pecan. Get me a soda, Scott. I've had to go up to a soda machine and kind of tap it with my phone rather than because I don't have coins. Yeah,
we don't have that kind of technology over here yet.
Well, and they have a retro. They had this retrofit for the old machine, Scott. So they stuck this thing in that could read it and it would just give a credit for you tapping your phone. But yeah, so this is about generational things. It says, and with the growing fears of economic uncertainty, Zoomers appear to worry that they'll lose track of their spending if they leave the card open with the bartender. Dr. Michael McMillan, a former portfolio manager and securities analyst who currently teaches personal finance at the University of Maryland, told the Times that his undergraduate students will decide not to keep a tab open in an attempt to be hyper vigilant about their money. I think that's pretty smart. By opening up a tab and saying, yep, I'm buying a round of drinks, and closing it after that, you know how much you are spending, McMillan said. It's not going to be some great surprise at the end of the night, and especially when you're drunk, right? Because that's a bad mix. That's a bad mix, like an open tab and getting drunk and then just going, fuck it, just whatever it was. Is that how much it was? Okay, So there you go. Space Nerd believes that it's kind of a smart reason. We got people checking in. Bobby Fran, what's up? Bobby Fran. Just buy a damn bottle, says Articulate John, and don't make it all that difficult. What's up, champ, says FJM. He must be, Chocolate Jensen here. Reverend Wild Bill says, I never left my card. They knew me. My partner and myself was VIP members, so no need. Scott's hitting it. We hit it at the same time. There you go. I never know if I'm going to have one or two. That's how I drink. I always run a tab at the bar, says the Reverend Wild Bill. I never not run a tab. That I've witnessed, and I believe out of you, Deadful. Not hand me Rhonda, help me Rhonda. Oh, but hand me Rhonda, hand me Rhonda. My friend ran my tab up to $300, says Mandy Diff. That's some kind of friend. You say they're just a friend, though. We got the What's Up Champ. I put a stack on the bar. Bartender takes out as needed. Tip 20 up front and ride it until it's done, says the Chunkster. Now, I always try to be like because a lot of times you go in a bar and you're just like, you're jockeying for whatever bartender or barmaid might get to you first. You're looking for that opening. And I try to make a connection, pecan. I'll be like, hey, man, I'll slap you with a 5 or something to let you know that when you see my big head up here again, you need to come see me faster, right? Yeah. I try that. Let's see. Yeah. Articulate John is a Chunkster. They got a kind of smart reason. Tits McGee says, drinking in a bar is so expensive. Staying at home and drinking, that's where it's at. 2 turntables and a microphone. That's why we herbalize and we drink at home. That's right. It's very safe, and we can do it with friends right here. I always used to keep just one bartender and no one else. He was a customer of mine at the barbershop. Well, you've got special conditions, then that'll help you get around some of these accidents. Tiffany Washington says, BF, Bobby Nick, I like this pecan match party better than last night. Okay, you said it once, you said it again. I'm glad that you do. Someone needs to do it. Bobby Fran, Bobby Fran, Bobby Fran, Bob. All right, Widow Killer, I like that suggestion. Let's continue on with more stories on the Vibe Not So Serious News. Well, I do know whether you open your tab or not, I do know one thing for sure I'm going to tell you about right now. And I guess we can chalk this up to the good old internet, my guys. TSA has to report to people that Costco cards do not count as real ID.
What the fuck?
Something went around on the internet that caused people to think that you could subvert or go around the real ID legal laws that everybody's requiring, the states are requiring you have a real ID using your Costco membership. The U.S. Transportation Security Administration is warning travelers of an important piece of airport protocol. Costco membership cards do not count as real ID. The TSA, which began enforcing the requirement for real ID while traveling last month, said on social media that acceptable substitutes for the state-issued identification cards do not include warehouse memberships. It does say, we love hot dogs and rotisserie chickens as much as the next person. But please stop telling people that their Costco cards count as real ID, because it absolutely does not, the TSA was forced to report on Twitter X. The post did not specify what people or entities were spreading the misinformation. Accepted substitutes for real ID at U.S. airports include passports, border crossing, and permanent resident cards. The Real ID Act was passed in 2005, but implementation was delayed multiple times, most recently in 2022 due to the backlog stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. So there's a more you know from everybody here at BF Live and the Vibe, that if you're trying to go to the airport or pass your Costco membership off as Real ID, that's not a thing. That's a more you know.
Duh.
But Bob, isn't it amazing what people will believe just because they see it repeated out on the internet, buddy?
Well, I know. People are just gullible these days. I don't know what it is, man. I guess they always were, but there's more shit to be gullible about now.
Yeah, it must, like, I guess the violence and all the stuff. It's like, have all these people, gullible people, always been out there? And we're just hear about them more because we have social media now, maybe. Maybe that's the case. All right, let's continue on. Juggalette Jen is in here being as active as ever. She's promoting, she's liking, she's doing it, she's having it at the same time. All right, Jen, how you doing? For our Apple users, and I noticed that I can tell by some of your generous super chats when they end with 99 that there are Apple users in our crowd. I know myself and Bobby Nick and all. And I think I'm an Android guy, but this is a story about Apple, Bobby Nick. And let's see if this makes us change our mind about maybe wanting to be an Apple guy. What is liquid glass? The internet is reacting to Apple's new software design. So check this out, guys. It says Apple's liquid glass made a splashy debut this week, but it might not be for everyone. Some social media users have been quick to criticize or poke fun at the beautiful new software design in the iOS Update 26, which was unveiled at the 2025 Worldwide Developer Conference, an annual information technology conference hosted by Tech Juggernaut. The design, dubbed liquid glass, was crafted with a translucent material that reflects and refracts its surroundings while dynamically transforming to help bring greater focus to content, Apple said in the news release. Alan Dye, Apple's vice president of human interface design, called the iOS 26 rollout the company's broadest software design update ever. Let me find the video of it right now because I think it says liquid glass is a new software design or aesthetic described by Apple CEO Tim Cook as expressive, delightful, but still instantly familiar. Like to see it? Here we go. I'm going to show you right now. Watch this. So this is a software design, Bobby Nick. It looks like it has like a 3D nature to it. Mac and Apple sucks, says Wild Bill. So you see it has like a liquidy feel to it, like the layers overlap or something, Bob. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
I know you just got yourself a new Android phone, and I know they've been releasing these software updates for these Android phones, Bob. And I noticed that one little menu down the bottom where they're making the music player, it has that similar look too on your home screen where it looks kind of translucent or 3D, if you will.
Yeah.
So they all emulate each other. Let's finish watching this. I don't know if it's enough to make anybody change or go out and rush out and get a new Apple or anything. But that's what they're calling liquid glass here on that story on the Vibe. I thought it was like a little, because they're trying to make those foldable phones now a thing, Bob, those screens and all. And I still say they haven't quite perfected that yet because you're going to get that crease on that foldable screen, right?
No, I can't do it. I can't do Apple either. I just don't like.
They're too proprietary for me. Let's see, and they have a lot of extra fees and stuff. Apple has to do something to get their customers back that went to Android, and Android is still most popular. It does say here in Georgia, some ask for picture IDs, and they would accept Costco or BJ with a picture on it. There you go. So, but it's not going to work in an airport. Not going to work in an airport for you. So that's Samsung are the folder phones. Yeah, and they haven't perfected that enough, Wild Bill. The screens are nice and big, but I don't think they're going to get past that whole creasing thing. Let's see. Let's do this story real quick. This next story I have is about Mr. Beast. Remember we talked about Mr. Beast like a month or so ago when I mentioned he was that guy, Bob, that bought a grocery store. You guys, and Scott, you remember that story? I did it like a month ago.
Yeah, like a really rich guy.
Yeah, and he would every day the guy that was trapped in the store, he would give him $10,000 for every day that he could survive.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do remember that.
And the only caveat is that he had to sell Mr. Beast like $10,000 worth of product today. Just wrangle up all the product in the store. He would say, just give me $10,000 worth of product, and when I show up, and I'll give you $10,000 in cash. Well, he's up to his latest thing again, Scott and Bobby Nick. In this next story, Mr. Beast, he's got to be pulling it down because look what he did here. Mr. Beast says he spent $500,000 to rent Disneyland for a date with his fiance. How about that? How do you top this one, Scott?
Yeah.
I don't know that you do. Let's read, and I'll show you some actual video of it. YouTube's most subscribed to content creator has once again made a larger-than-life purchase by paying $500,000 to rent out an entire Disneyland theme park for a romantic date with his fiance. In a new YouTube video, Mr. Beast, the social media persona of Jimmy Donaldson, takes his fiancée, Thea Buyesen, on 6 dates that range from a $1 date to $500,000, concluding with what he says is an evening at Disneyland all to themselves, in addition to a handful of friends and crew, of course. The group rode Star Wars Riders of the Resistance and Pixar Pal Around with a 150-foot tall Ferris wheel, played several carnival-style games, and built custom lightsabers at Savvy's workshop in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There are no words to describe how special it is to have Disney all to ourselves, Donaldson said in the little over 17-minute video. I think we all made memories that are going to last a lifetime. So there's a very AI juiced up video of it. Let me see. Do they show any of it here? Nope. Really? Sign in to confirm I'm not a bot. I'll show it to you another way. Mr. Beast is not the first celeb, though, to rent out Disneyland. On February 27, 1992, actress Elizabeth Taylor rented out all of Disneyland to celebrate her 60th birthday. The entire park was shut down for her birthday bash, which required extra security. Hundreds of celebrities attended the party, which proved to be a successful marketing promotion for Disney. Can you actually rent Disneyland out, though, is the question. Disney did not immediately respond to USA Today's request for comment on Mr. Beast's video or consumers' ability to rent out an entire theme park. However, several Disney-centric blogs like Magic Guide say it is not possible. But they do, but you can see it. I'm going to show you a little video of it here. Let me show you some of the actual video right here we'll go through it real quick, but I can't imagine this, renting out a whole park to yourself for the day. And yeah, Scott, you got to hope this relationship lasts. And how you going to keep pleasing this one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got? Some comments on here. We need one where the button's raised. My father is blind, and it'd be a huge game changer for blind people, says our friend Electric Head Gino. So he said different people have different needs. Let's go through a little bit of this video. Apparently he starts out with a first date and then he ends up with this date. Let's watch a little bit of it.
Expensive dates in the world, like this $500,000 date that includes the entirety of Disneyland all for ourselves. A $100,000 date at this mega complex with a massive water park and ginormous ski resort. A $50,000 private island date.
Best date ever!
A $10,000 date cooked by Gordon Ramsay. And we even convinced
Gordon Ramsay, he cooks steaks with butter. What does he know?
Superstar singer Madison Beer to go on a date with my most awkward friend. All starting with this $1 date, a Ferris wheel. Here's the dollar.
First of all, I don't know where you ride a Ferris wheel for $1 anymore, Scott. They want to charge a few dollars for these tickets at a time, but I'll take this. I accept this as the cheap date, right? But let's see. Here's the cheap date.
Okay, ladies first.
Thank you.
Take notes, men.
Is this safe?
I see why it's only $1. The $1 date has now been...
His divorce video is going to be awesome.
It's making a lot of noise.
When all this shit stops, the divorce video is going to be awesome.
It's just the wind, right?
I usually film 25 days a month, and I don't really get to spend much time with my fiance. So I literally picked this video so me and my fiance could spend more time together.
I love you, even if you didn't take me to Disneyland.
Well, not yet. But for the final date in this video, for the first time in history, Disney reserved the entire park just for us. That's it for the $1 date. Let's head out to the $10,000 dinner date. After you, babe. Turn off the park. I'll see you guys there. And now the $10,000 date. We're going to be recreating our first ever date with sushi.
So you get the idea. But let me go to the end of it here. Let me see if I can find them.
That's the meal for this date.
Actually, at the park.
It was a lot of fun. Nolan, you had a question you wanted to ask. I do. Oh, God.
Oh,
Jesus.
Whoa. Oh, God.
You stay with me.
My shoe is just untied. Would you like to go on a second date to Disneyland with me?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, he got his bow in it on it, Scott.
The most
I like
expensive
that.
grand finale date. We have Disneyland all to ourselves. This is going to be awesome. Let's go ride some rides. Disney won't just hand over their keys to anyone. But for this once-in-a-lifetime date, we were given the entire park for one night. And with so much to do, we had to bring the boys, our friends from the island, and of course, Madison and Nolan.
Yeah, once we're at the top, this is going to have a crazy view.
But our first stop is this absolutely insane Star Wars ride.
All right, that's cool.
I did this, Rise of the Resistance. I did this in Florida like a year or two ago. And they play the role in here, P. Cunt. Like, they act like they are like the evil empire.
Smokes, look how big this
It's the only place they kind of like treat you harshly and talk down to you in all of Disney.
Normally, people can wait hours for this ride, but my friends and I walked right in.
Whoa! Strap in, strap in.
All right, who's ready for the Star Wars ride? Yeah! Is now a bad time to mention I haven't seen the movies?
What?
This is crazy. How did Disney build all of this? This is wild. Oh my God.
So there you go. You get the idea. That's Mr. Beast doing his thing. That's a 17-minute video, but man, what kind of cash is he pulling down, P. Cunt, that he can afford this shit, man? Holy shit.
I think insane. I hate all those people.
No
yeah,
shit.
I don't know.
You're muted, buddy. I don't know if you're muted on purpose or not there, P. Cunt. You got the mic mute. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So we're catching that. Let's say, can I just go to Target with Jennifer Connelly? That's a good runner-up prize right there. Not bad. But Mr. Beast, what kind of money must he pull him? We gotta get that Mr. Beast money going, Scott.
You ain't lying.
This guy's throwing around $500,000. You know he's got change left over. He wouldn't be doing that shit. And Disney, you know, they want all the kind of viral heat off of that. So that's Mr. Beast. That's what it looks like when you're man out of park. All right, let's wind up this news because we're going to head to Perry Talk after this because we got some exciting stuff to get to and talk about for Perry Talk with our friend Pecan as well. But I want to leave you, like I always leave every report, with a bikini report. And this report, guys, if I asked you, this report is about what country swears the most online. What country swears the
Wherever
most?
Jerry's from, probably.
That's a great answer, Scott. That's a great answer. Wherever Jerry Shepadini's from. Now, Bobby Nick, you foul-mouthed Canadians. Where do you think? Who do you think cusses more online of all the countries in the world? This is about who cusses online the most.
I'm probably gonna say like I know we cuss in Canada a lot, but I'm gonna say the USA.
We got Space Nerd saying the US or UK. Mandy Div says the USA. Electric Head Gino. He says Australia. Crikey, mate, get the fuck off. Let's see. Scotland, says our friend Mandy Div. That reminds us that's where Jetty Shepadini's from. That was her guess. Well, we don't have to guess anymore. I'll take you to the Bikini Report. She's going to tell you exactly who swears the most online by country. Take it away, Bikini Report, and tell us this.
The question that's been burning in many people's minds: who in the English-speaking world swears the most online? Well, sit yourself down because I'm about to tell you. It's not the Irish, which would be a good guess.
You fucker, you bollocks, how are you getting on?
And it's not the British, which would also be a good guess.
Fuck off, will you?
And it's certainly not us Canadians, because we're just too damn polite.
The Vatican?
Wearing mitts.
Bobby Nick, would you hear that clue for the first time? You hear what she said? She said us Canadians, Bobby Nick.
Yeah, what the
and I can't say I ever knew that this was a Canadian kind of thing. I didn't know these girls were up there. They're up your way, Bobby Nick.
So be a good guess.
Fuck off, will you?
And it's certainly not us Canadians, because we're just too damn polite.
When everybody's wearing mitts, nobody can flip you off.
No, my friends, the English-speaking country that swears the most online is none other than the Americans.
Fuck.
And it could
Fuck yeah, we're number one, guys. She's Canadian. Woo.
be that they have a few more reasons to these days than the rest of us. Researchers looked at internet content covering 1.7 billion words from 20 English-speaking countries, and Americans were the most likely to use vulgarity. They were followed by Great Britain and Australia.
There you go. So you guys got the top three. You're all about it. We had the top three in the chat.
Canucks were basically in the middle of the pack, and the three countries least likely to swear
You guys were in the middle, Bobby Nick. She said Canada was like right in the middle of the pack.
online are Bangladesh, Ghana, and Tanzania. Now we'd like to know what country you're from and how often you swear online. Let us know in the comments.
Supposed to mean?
And
Ain't
try
your
not to
fucking
swear.
business. Oh.
And make sure to like and follow the Bikini Report for more daily headlines.
Wowie wow. And look, I heard Space Nerd. Space Nerd said in fucking in the chat here. Look at here, I'm getting. She's rubbing off on me. Finally, a decent fucking bikini. No, I added fucking. But you know what, guys? You know, of course, we're just kind of bros, and we sit around and the curse words fly around naturally. This just got me a notion, thinking maybe we got to do it behind the wall. Maybe we should do a show where we just cuss as much as we can the entire show. That would be.
We should.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. We're no fucking losers, says our friend FJM. While Bill says, fuck it. Well, fuck that. Mandy knew it. I think we should do that. We should, because I avoid, you know, they just come out naturally from me. I don't feel I have to cuss to punch up what I'm saying. I just cuss because I enjoy it. Bobby and I didn't recognize she's Canadian. Because she's usually in pants and at least a hoodie. That would probably why you never see that body up there exposed. She must be really indoors. I'm from Elephant Island, living in a cave. And despite all that rage, you're still an elephant in a cage. I don't know. HIGH Terry. Did Terry sneak in here? Where's that? Whoop, where's he at? He is. Those fucking Canadians. Terry sneaks in. Oh, Lord.
You love
Terry,
us, bird.
You fucking bird. All right. Well, there you go, guys. We're doing things in a different order here today because we're on the vibe. We got our special guest, Pecan, joining us today. And we started off with the opening chat family check-in. We talked about the recent goings-on with Scott Conn and the Bobby Nick, not Bobby Nick, but Bobby match that happened last night. And Pecan is the commissioner and the reason we have all of those matches. So that's kind of why we're doing things a little different here. Now we threw in the news. Why don't you say we wrap up the news and let's move on to Perry Talk and some other fun stuff. But that was BF Live, the vibe. Not so serious news. And as always, we finish it up with a nice, sexy, and finally we do a good bikini report. We're having it. We're doing it. I'm barely making my transitions in time because I'm already pulling up my next piece of content that I want to bring to you on this Wednesday. It's the middle of the day. It is the day of the hump. It is hump day. And like I said, we already talked about one exciting match from our boy Pecan right here, Commissioner Pecan McMahon, Pecan 420 right here on YouTube. But now we're going to get into a little Perry talk because believe it or not, even our boy Perry Cunt has Perry Cunt. I'm doing Perry Tongue and I got Pecan and I said Perry Cunt. You're Perry. That was subliminal. You're a fucking cunt.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, but it kind of fit, didn't it, Perry? No, not Perry Cunt, but Pecan had a match that was acknowledged by the world of Perry Caravello involving Bob Levy and Perry Caravello. So let's get into this and more as I slide over. I'm going to go out to use the camera outside apartment 102, and we're going to get down with a little afternoon Perry Talk. Let's do it. Pecan is already on my slip of the tongue right here. It's Perry emojis, Perry Cunt at the end. You Perry, I got you.
Shut the fuck up.
I think you got a new nickname. We'll see tomorrow night because there's no Wednesday night Perry. There's going to be Thursday Perry. One more week before they jump back into doing their Friday shows. So no Wednesday stuff tonight, but so we'll give you a little Perry flavor during the day. And we're going to tell you how Pecan got the attention of the Perry Caravello universe. Let me go. I'm on Twitter X right now. I'm going to Perry. So let's look at the recent things. And the exact thing that we're talking about, that we're about to tell you about, is going to come up naturally by going over to Perry Caravello Live like I am right now. All right, so let's do that. So the other night was Media Share Monday. Here's a couple more Media Share Mondays. What these are, what's it, the Biker Boys, I think, or whatever. What were these guys? The Squeezed or Squows. We'll get into that. Let's get into this first one here. These guys stopped by and had their way with the apartment. So let's watch this Media Share Monday from Monday's Perry Caravello Live right here.
Me and the fellas in the club used to bring our old ladies up to a place called Tackwitz Canyon. There was a swimming area up there we would party at. This place was up around the near Palm Springs, California. I remember there was this one naked teenager kid always hiding in the bushes waiting for you to walk by so he could jump out and grab crotch.
Perry was hiding in the bushes waiting to grab crotch.
Yeah. Thinking about that gross kid brings me back. I remember saying, if you knock off all that crotch grabbing and be cool, you can hang out. But I could still feel his eyes undressing me. I was real uneasy, and it shook me to my core.
I mean, the ladies had nothing to worry about. This kid.
You weren't even a part of the desert, weirdos.
Jeez, you know,
the ladies didn't have to worry because he was gay.
45 years, and he still haunts my dreams at night.
We wouldn't even know he was there half the time. Then as soon as we were naked, in the water with the girls, he would sneak out and steal our clothes, giggling as he ran back into the forest.
Liars.
Me and the boys gave him the nickname Scary Perry. I wonder whatever happened to that weird gay kid.
You guys are just a couple of fucking liars, and it's all computer graph.
No computer graph.
Dumbasses.
Computer graph.
And that was not me, and I never met either one of those two dumbasses.
I disagree, Perry. That was a History Channel moment. I believe that happened. And let's talk about the past tense. You know, Scott, I was saying earlier that I love past tense of shit is shat, right? I acknowledge that. Well, Perry, we have a little past tense question going on here, Peacunt and everybody. Is the past tense of squeeze, when you squeeze something, did you squeeze, was it squeezed or was it squoze? Let's listen to Perry right here.
Squeezed or squoze? Yeah, squoze. Because when I put him in my Corolla, he squoze in. I had to fucking use Vaseline, the fucking Vaseline, the door.
He what in?
Squoze in, yes.
What does that mean?
He barely got in the car.
What does squoze in mean?
He barely fit in the car.
Squoze.
Squoze.
How do you spell squoze?
I don't know. SQUOZ. Squeezed or squoze?
Perry squoze Randy's cock.
Shut the fuck up.
I tend to agree with Widow Killer. He did squeeze or squoze. He touched it no matter what way you called it. But I looked this up, guys. Do you guys have an opinion on this? I don't know. I would say squeeze. I'd say squoze to be funny, Scott.
Yeah, I'd say squeezed.
Right, and squoze to be funny on purpose, I would say. But squeeze or squoze, you got to get your English lessons from Perry Caravello. Now we're going to get into the meat of why we're here, and we're going to make this connection with Peacunt again. Because I was watching you guys, and I also saw this on Twitter X myself. Hey, Peacunt, tell everybody, somebody acknowledged one of your matches. You got a match with Bob and Perry, right?
Yes, it was like a couple of days ago. I had a match between Bob and Perry, and it had the guest referee was Tom Gully.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So he put this match out, just like he puts all these matches out, one of which we watch, including Scott and Bybee. He put these matches out because he's fun, and he's mixing all of these characters that we love and interact with in our community. So one of the videos that he made that he's talking about is, yes, an Extreme Rules match featuring Bob Levy and the one and only Perry Caravello. Now, Peacunt, like you said, this was out a couple days ago, and then suddenly somebody found out about this match going on and acknowledged it on social media, right?
Yeah, I want to say it was Juggle at Jen that might have acknowledged it about the match, because I know
she tweeted it out.
If you don't say it, she will, and so I put it on the screen right here. Yes, our great supportive friend Juggalette Jen, she retweeted. She loves so much everything we do. She retweeted things, and she made sure that Bob was quoted in it, and that even Perry Caravello was. So then, based on that, they caught wind of this, did they not? There, Peacunt.
Oh, yes, they did, because I got a message off of Instagram from somebody. I want to say it was Garrett that sent me the message. He told me, he said, "Hey, dude, this is a really cool video. I put it on the PCL social, tagged you and linked you, and watched the full video. Even Tom said it was really good." How
about that? Tom B is aware of it. We're all aware of it. And look at this, P-Cunt. They even, so I'll show you a little clip of this. They were so excited about it. Shout out to everybody over there. Garrett, Jim from PCL, Tom B, and everybody in that crew. They were awesome people. But let's, they even clipped it a little bit and like you just told us, shared it on their social media. So P-Cunt is getting some love from these matches from our Perry Caravello family. I don't know this. This is a clipped down version that I guess Garrett probably clipped down.
Yeah.
And we got the bell. Undisputed WWE Universal Championship is at stake. Each competitor is confident that they'll achieve the task at hand. You always have to bet on yourself. Ignore the haters. Cover by the challenger. And a kick out at 2.
And I have no idea who won this because I haven't seen it to the end yet.
You want me to tell you?
No, they'll probably show you in this video right here. Let's see.
It does. It does at the end.
All right, well, since this probably actually helps because we won't have to sit there and watch the whole, 15 minutes. This is a nice little Reader's Digest version of this match, right?
Yeah, it's like less than 3 minutes.
Okay.
Really push the bounds of
and I love how he put all their little subtitles on it. You can kind of read along with it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool how they did that.
Yeah, man. They highlighted this like Garrett makes great clips of the movie, of the show, the stream, and everything that happens between him and Bob and things like that. He makes great clips, and so he applies his little production values to this.
And now thrown back into the ring. Champ's got the pin to retain.
Come on, Bob.
Stays in the fight for the title.
Is that Chicken Boy in Bob's corner? Oh yeah, who is?
Yeah, it is.
You guessed it. You nailed it, Widow Killer.
Yeah, it is.
You fucking nailed it. He had to be there taking everybody's shoes.
Yeah, I told the Chicken Boy a long time ago that I was going to put him on there, and he said, "Cool." I had no idea if he knows or not.
All right, well, Chicken Boy, if you're out there, buddy, well, he probably know now because I know Chicken Boy is a big Perry fan, so he'll probably catch wind of this. Who's the ref supposed to be again? Ask Widow Killer.
It's Tom Gully.
It's Tom Gully. They say, who the fuck is Tom Gully exactly?
Only a 1 count before the kick out. Oh my God! Here it comes! Avalanche poison Rana. Snapping the neck. Just punched him right in the middle.
Oh damn! Jerry.
He's certainly looking in command at the moment. He can't allow himself to let up now.
A cracking blow from that.
Here's the pin to retain, and the ref stops the count.
This just inspired me because I've seen him do this in an apartment. I want to see. We might need a match between Perry and Tony Hawk, the real Tony Hawk.
We'll see.
Yes.
See, during my little conversation with, I want to say it was Garrett. He said he suggested I should have a. So I've already done a match where it was Tony Hawk versus Perry, but he wanted me to do in a certain way. And I was thought about doing a rematch and have it to where Perry comes out with his diaper on, just only his diaper.
Fuck yeah. Diaper match. Yeah. I like it.
Time to end this. Drag and twist cutter.
The title's in jeopardy here.
I think the paradigm has shifted. 2. Oh, kick out at 2. Right
I don't know how this is going to end, but we already famously know that Perry beat Bob in a spelling bee, so I hope this ain't a twofer, and then he's going to have to pay for this too. Oh, he's rubbing that ass in that face. Look at that.
Look out.
Yeah, a little stink face.
Frog splat. Stank face.
He's channeling the crowd's energy.
Now he's taunting.
Bob's got the leather on.
Dominating cross body. Cover. 2.
Ooh, Bob motherfucking Levy won. We have a title change, Scott.
Here is your winner, and the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Bob Levy.
Bob Levy. Where's Gina? And Gina has to come out and do Edge. Gina. That was awesome.
See, I would love to make a Gina on there. That'd be, have her like Bob's valet or manager.
Yeah, like you could get Miss Elizabeth and make her look like fucking Gina. That would be awesome. I wish you could change the color of the blue mist to gray so it looked like Bob's smoke blowing in the opponent's face. Oh, I see somebody backstage, and I think you booped in a minute or two ago. He's not riding a roller coaster, but you know what? I knew as long as he was awake and near our pad, he would be joining us. He is the bro you know. He's not co-streaming yet, so I'll remind him of that if he wants to hit those buttons. It is Andrew the Giant 96.
What's up, Andrew?
Not good news.
Oh, thanks for bringing it. Thanks for pepping up the show. I'm glad I brought you in right, buddy. Here comes in the bad. Here, man, let me get bad breaking news with Andrew about his health situation and all that stuff. Let me give you a proper thing here, Andrew. And if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. Let's do it. Ready? We got breaking news, folks. All right. Andrew's putting the brakes in the show. He's gonna tell us something depressing and bad. Go ahead, Andrew. Tell us your bad news.
They couldn't fill the pump, so I'm stuck.
They couldn't fill the pump. Now, last time you were going to go to emergency room, but somebody stepped in and they were able to fill your pump now. But now you can't get it filled again, Andrew?
Because the guy can't find the pump and fill it.
Is it inside your body? I'm not familiar with the logistics, Andrew.
Yes.
Can't find the valve to the pump? How does this happen, Andrew?
Because the person is unfamiliar and can't find the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there you go. That's more breaking news.
Where's Darren at?
Not here.
Where's Darren at? Has anyone accessed it since you've been in Florida, Andrew?
Nope.
Nobody can figure out the valve. Sounds like somebody's got to call somebody in Wisconsin to find out. They got to X-ray or find some way to figure it out. Holy shit. Matt's excited you're here. He says, fuck yeah, Andrew. He's the zoot. I heard you were zooted out of your mind last night there, Andrew, on some edibles or something.
Yeah,
And it all started with this. All started with that. He learned it by watching us. All right, Andrew. Well, I'm sorry that you can't get your pump filled, buddy, but we are in the middle of Perry Talk, and we were talking about how Scott did not regain the title from Bybee, that Bybee retains his NXT, and we're talking about how Bob and Perry's match got picked up by Perry Caravello, and they're loving seeing Bob and Perry wrestle there, Andrew. So that's what we're doing today, buddy. Did someone remove Andrew's pet cock? That's a Ronnie reference from the Stern days back in the day. Do I have pet cock? P-U-R. I got Ronnie. Do I have? I got. Oh, here we go. I got it. Here we go.
Whoa. Stop the clock.
There you go. Pet cock. Pet cock. Oh, my. All right, well, we're kind of in the middle of doing Perry Talk right here. Let me make sure there isn't anything else on Twitter X that I want to tell you about Perry Talk as we're winding down this last half hour of BF Live the Vibe. Let me see. Tiffany, I got pictures of Andrew from last night and how high he was right here. Me, high as fuck, trying to figure out if what I saw move in the corner of my eye was real or not. That's how Andrew's eyes was looking late last night. Well, we're kind of
Andrew is saying that he sees stuff. He has hallucinations. I don't think he knows what a hallucination is though, because he can't really tell me. I think eventually he came out with I see shadows.
No, it wasn't a hallucination. It was actually Jen. Actually, Jen. So, okay. Well, let's continue on. I do have one more thing on Perry Talk segment that I want to show you. So, shout out, big props to P Cunt. And we'll give some props to Jen for pointing the Perry Caravello universe to Cunt 420 on YouTube to let them know that we love Perry over here and we love having fun with what they do. Just getting acknowledged by the universe is awesome. So big ups to Cunt and Jen and everybody. I love how that our fun is spreading when it spreads to other people. And we're all about having fun. So let me show you one more thing that's available on Twitter X from Perry Caravella Live. This is says, will the big burly biker gang strike again? Tom B gave them exclusive access to their place, Scott, to Perry's place. The big burly biker gang. Look at some of the stuff they did while they were there. They're in the kitchen with the boat.
What in the fuck? What in the fuck? How dare you?
There's a horse in there.
Fuck you.
The boat.
Bye.
The horse in your... Yeah, money. Barry's fedora.
Whoa. Look at there. Jim fucking smoking.
Oh, he said it's Jim.
Yeah, Jim's in my kitchen. Now I know why I'm out of room machine ingredients.
You think that's why he's out of ingredients?
Jim's in my fucking kitchen. This better be a motherfucking computer graph, you piece of dog shit.
It better be.
Otherwise, you're all going to fucking jail, you fucking morons.
There you go. That's one of the great. I believe that was the winning media share, was it not, from Monday? Tom had to come back on the end of the stream because Tom ended the stream realizing that he not given out the winner because we all vote for our favorite media share on Monday, P-Cunt, right?
Yeah.
So that was the Monday winner. Tom had to come back on as he was ending the show. Now here's Perry and his piece of shit Corolla, the last person to see Brian Wilson alive. Look at this. Bobby, this is literally breaking news, and that's what they're up to on Perry Caravella, is that he was the last one to see Brian Wilson live, and that's the last thing we're going to do on this afternoon edition, midday fun of Perry Talk. You can see him again tomorrow on a special Thursday Perry Caravella Live. But since we can't see him today, we did a little bit of afternoon Perry Talk.
Talk. Perry Talk. Perry Talk. Talk. Perry Talk. Talk. Perry Talk. Perry Talk.
That's what we just did. We did Perry Talk. And we had fun doing it. Hey, Jen from Matt checking in. That's right. She said, that's right. Perry emojis are being utilized by my friend P-Cunt, and that indicates that he supports me as a monthly member. I was worried how stupid Perry is. He'd mistakenly call the gorilla a black guy.
Shut the fuck up.
He barely knows the difference, Widow Killer. Let's see. Is that the Levy horse, says our friend. It might have been the Levy horse in the kitchen. That was a lot of fun. And they call it puppy love. Ooh, he's singing Donnie and Maria. Well, you don't like my singing, dog? It wasn't that bad. Pecan is laughing at Widow Killer. Oh yes, I got it. Yes, got it retweeted a few times. We're never gonna hear the end of this, are we, guys?
Yeah, we know it's your cousin.
God damn it. Jesus. Right.
We're never going to hear the end of this, guys. I put it out there, but we're still never going to hear the end of this. Yes, thank you, Juggalette Jen, for helping Pika his wrestling matches get acknowledged by the PCL universe over there. All right. Well, it is Wednesday. It's 36 minutes after in the third hour of BF Live the Vibe. Since what we say, we got Hoya motherfuckers as Dream Man checking in. I hope you guys saw Dream Man. I hope you saw the end of that. We're having so much fun with Pecan talking about these matches, and now they're interwoven with our overall universe with Perry Caravella Live. That's what we like doing here. Yes, the clip. Dream Man salute, says Juggalette Jen. Why don't we do this? It's Wednesday, as I told you already. Bobby Nick's going to be doing In the Lounge after this show. He's going to tell you about it when we do our plugs. But on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I like to slide over to my little horoscope reading desk, and it's also an excuse to rub my crystal balls ever so gently. You guys throw your horoscopes in the chat, and I'll let them know what the stars have in mind for you and all of us as we do the Wednesday soulful horoscope readings. And I have an alternative. I got another alternative theme for this, but this, as soon as I find the element, are your Wednesday soulful horoscope readings. Hey, are you feeling lost in search of life's answers? Well, search no further. This is BF's Soulful Horoscope Reading. There we go. I know you guys already know the alternative name for this one. I was thinking about something else.
Bobby.
Yes.
Don't chafe your balls doing this, man.
I will try. Well, Bobby Nick noticed, he was like, "Where, BF, what is this habit that you have during the show?" And he noticed that I like to rub my own crystal balls because that's how I bring you your... Let's rock your horoscopes for this coming Wednesday and see what the stars have in mind for all of us here on The Vibe. I will play my mood-setting music, my porn/horoscope music. I have to go to that right now. A little bow chicky wow wow to set the move here. I go over here to my horoscope studio, and I'm going to start off with the first one I see in the chat that gets acknowledged will be the first one I read. So let's go up to... We got HIGH. We got Dream Man come together. We have the Age of Aquarius checking in. It's my friend, co-host and bro, the commissioner of the Wrestling League, P-Cunt, gets his read first. This is for P-Cunt and all the Aquarii joining us today. This is your Wednesday Soulful Horoscope reading, Aquarius. Teamwork could set the tone as you focus on pursuing your goals. You may feel comfortable yielding gracefully as events unfold and let others take the reins. Someone might be calling the shots or leading the dance in romance. That's for P-Cunt. And that's for all the Aquarius joining us for your... Dream Man says Hoya to P-Cunt acknowledges him. I hope you saw that great Perry versus Bob match, and if you missed it, you can watch that match and many more on P-Cunt 420 by clicking the link here on YouTube. What the fuck? Let's see. You're Aquarius. Well, you just got yours, Terry Nee. You just got yours, buddy, so I hope you heard that one. Fourth now. Oh, they got the points competition still going. Leo cups Virgo. Space Nerd checks in with 2 because she's on the cusp, and she cups the Virgo balls. So Leo, this is for Space Nerd and all the Leos joining us today for your Wednesday. Leo, communicate like a pro. Polish, not Polish. Polish your phone skills to confidently reach out to strangers or distant contacts. It may be up to you to initiate important matters related to home or take the first steps towards attaining some kind of goal that you got going on. That's the first of 2 for Space Nerd. Now, Space Nerd happens to be on the cusp because she cups the Virgo's balls. I'm a Virgo, so I will read Virgo for she and I, and all the other Virgos joining us today. A small act of kindness, Virgo, could snowball into a lucky break. Consider discussing the future with a loved one and making solid plans. You could have a clearer vision for the future and a handle on how to prosper using your strategic tactics. I apply everything to my life and podcasting, so I hope that bodes well for me and all the other Virgos. Juggler Jen says, oh my God, that would be fire. And Dream Man checks in with Scorpio. So this is for Dream Man and all the other Scorpio joining us today. Here comes your Wednesday. Scorpio. Taking a closer look may serve you well, especially when something seems too good to be true. Always weigh your options before making major decisions. Interestingly, some people might find your caution charming and appealing. There you go. That is for Dream Man and all the Scorpios joining us today. It's your Wednesday Soulful Horoscope reading. Is it Horoscope Wednesday? You know it, Juggler Jen. Juggler Jen. Getting love from P-Cunt. He's WWE Universal Champion is Bob Levy. Space Nerd says, I have a couple goals already. All right. I have a couple goals. All right. Tiffany Washington says, Leo is on point. Well, you got yours. That was for Tiff and Nerd and all the Leos. Yep, Tiff. How about Cancer? I will do that for Juggler Jen. In case you didn't know, Juggler Jen made sure that Perry Caravella knew about P-Cunt's match by retweeting it. So I'm going to read I'm going to read Cancer for Juggalette Jen for doing that nice thing. This is for Juggalette Jen. This is for Scott and Brian Clauder and all the Cancers joining us today. Cancer, you may be so optimistic that you want to avoid anything discouraging. Like podcasting now. The crossword in the paper might make more sense than crossed words with someone that you know. You may lean into numbers or spreadsheets instead of creative approaches. That's for Juggalette Jen. That's for Scott Fitzpatrick, Brian Clauder, and all of our Cancers. We took care of Virgo when we did the double one for Space Nerd. Hoya Dream Man from Space Nerd. Hoya Space Nerd right back at you. What? Who? Really? Oh my God. Jen did that? Yeah, she did, Tierney. You gotta give credit where credit is due. I believe a Juggalette Jen, she retweeted that P-Cunt had this great match between Perry and Bob Levy. Garrett and the crew, somebody over there caught on to it, and now it's catching like fire in the PCL universe. Even Tom B acknowledged it and loves it. Juggalette Jen is doing laughing. Terry Nee is getting acknowledged by Juggalette Jen. Taurus for Terry Nee. Actually, any of them. All right. Well, I'll read it for. We haven't had anybody come up representing the bull yet, so this is for, if Terry Nee is in fact a Taurus, this is for Terry Nee and all the Taurus joining us today. Taurus, stay close to trusted friends, but be open to new friendships. Interacting with people who aren't on the same path could spark conflict. Stick with reliable connections and be cautious of people who may be in it for temporary reasons. That for Terry Nee, that's for all the Tauruses joining us today. P-Cunt asked for Sagittarius for Mother P-Cunt. Well, I will happily do this for Mother P-Cunt. For Bobby Nick and all the Sagittarius here on The Vibe. We like to call it Vagittarius because it just seems like more fun and we're childish. So this is your Wednesday Sagittarius/Vagittarius horoscope reading. Sagittarius, you might be sizzling with sincerity, even if the crowd is still warming up. Sizzling with sincerity, even if the crowd is still warming up. Over-the-top antics could go either way. You might get a chilly shutdown from some who don't share your perspective, or your playful charm could help you stand out. Sounds like you're going to go through a period where maybe people aren't understanding your sense of humor, but stick to your guns and be you. Hell yeah, Bobby Franz. Thank you, says Juggalette Jen. Thanks, Juggalette Jen from Peak.
That's what I do, man.
As we continue on here.
A lot of people don't understand why the hell I have Jen on the show, but I do. So
this is the work of the devil. Stop, you heathen, says Terry Nee. All right, guys. Well, let me see. I'm going to do Pisces for Andrew because I remember that Andrew's is a Pisces. So this is for my boy Andrew joining us late and all the other Pisces. Here comes your Wednesday. Andrew and Pisces. The options ahead may have great potential if you choose wisely. Be cautious about financial advice from your friends. Your intentions and theirs may not align. Consider your decisions and outcomes before you make any important choices. Andrew and all the Pisces joining us today. We did Vagittarius/Sagittarius for Bobby Nick and for Pecans for Mama Nick. We did Pecans. We did Scott Fitzpatrick. We did his, and we even got mine with the double diffing. Poison sucks, man. Hey, you guys in Poison? That's because you were scared of. He's scared of nothing but a good time, Scott. That's all that is.
Yeah.
I think he was mad because he was rejected by Bret Michaels in high school back in the day. I think that's really what it is. He's told us that
Kicked him out of the band.
Right, Terry Nee wanted to be in the band, and he was like, "Nope, can't do it. Sorry, man, can't do it." And Terry Nee's like, "Come on, man, I want to have nothing but a good time with you guys. Come on, man." Hope you're
dirty to me.
We're having nothing but a good time with you guys, hanging out here on the Vibe, wrapping up Soulful Horoscope readings. Rock you like a horoscope. but every rose does have its thorn, Tyranny. We got everybody on screen. Last call if you don't throw them in the chat. If I didn't read it, I'll come back and read it. But that was your Wednesday Soulful Horoscope reading. We'll do them again on Friday. But let's keep having nothing but a good time with Tyranny's favorite brand and the chat family. Those were your Wednesday Soulful Horoscope reading. Hey, are you feeling lost in search of life's answers? Well, search no further. This is BS Soulful Horoscope reading. We are having it, and we're doing it, and having it, as Bobby Nick says. We're normally just doing it, but when Bobby Nick's here, we're doing it and having it. I still got nothing but a good time queued up on my soundboard. There we go.
We're doing it.
That's what I'm doing.
And at the same motherfucking time, Bobby friend.
What that is, something you always add in there. Let's see. There's 100 Proof Podcasting link. Bobby Nick's links are running for the shows that we're going to plug later on. You'll be immediately following this show. So any plugs or any kind of links you need to see, this is your last call. Make sure you get in the lounge on Rumble right there. He starts out on YouTube. He starts taking your request. And when it's time, about a half hour, Bob, you slip over there to the Rumble exclusive and you have nothing but a good time, right? And you play lots of Poison for Terry Nee. Mm-hmm. So maybe people will be featuring some Beach Boys today, since we learned during the show, due to Bobby Nick, the musical guru, that Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys passed away the day after Sly from Sly and the Family Stone. You can request anything you want for $1, and Bobby will literally play it. All right, well, how about this? We did the horoscope readings. Let's see what we can do with the last 10 minutes that we are here. Let me check off Rock You Like a Horoscope. Let me see. How about we just do a little quick National Day calendar check, and then we'll come back over here and we will do said plugs, because we're nowhere near done having nothing but a good time, right, Terry? It don't get better than that or Poison, Terry. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Bobby Nick is going to be bringing you that and maybe some more if you request it right after this show right here. But let's do this. Let's see what the National Day calendar has for this now Wednesday. We are in June 11th, and Andrew was right. He acknowledged yesterday that we're already kind of in the middle of June 10th already. We're on double digits. So let's see what kind of quirky things are on the National Day calendar with our National Day calendar check. This is the National Day. Hey, hey.
3, 2, 1.
Come on, let's wrap up this episode. Let's start winding it down. We're definitely shifting the order around of things we do here, but this is our show. We can do whatever we want, whatever order we want to do it in. We're going to have nothing but a good time in any order, Terry Nee. But I'll remind you that is June 11th. It is Wednesday. I like reminding my podcast friends of this, because we wake up and do podcasts. We fall asleep and wake up and do another podcast. And sometimes you never know what day it is. It is Wednesday, June the 11th. And our national calendar days are National Making Life Beautiful Day. That's sponsored by a makeup company. How about National German Chocolate Cake Day today? Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies is... Oh, we got that. Help. How about National Corn on the Cob Day? As long as you don't eat it like Perry Caravello does. Because Perry eats it like it's a penis.
Shut the fuck up.
When you eat it long ways, you're supposed to eat corn from side to side, Perry. You eat it gay. Let's talk about that. It's National Corn on the Cob Day on the Vibe. Do you guys like the corn on the cob? No corn at all?
I love me some corn, man.
Funny, I don't remember eating corn. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's on the cob, it's even better.
So you prefer it right off the cob guy. Now you eat it side to side, right? You don't eat it in the gay way.
That's right. You can't. No, you don't want to eat it in the gay way.
Perry eats it like a banana, like Randy.
Shut the fuck up.
We've seen it. Look, even Dream Man says, I watched Perry suck the kernels off the cob. It's scary. Exactly. Yesterday we had a guy talking about banana etiquette. Now you're not supposed to hold it like a banana or like a penis, if you will, and you're certainly not supposed to do that with corn on the cob. Now I'm not a corn guy because I don't really like any vegetables. How about you there, Scott Fitzpatrick? You a corn guy?
Yeah, well, I prefer it to be sweet corn. I don't just like regular corn. It's got to be sweet corn.
Very interesting you say that, because my wife prefers sweet white corn is what we call it around here.
That's good. That's good.
It's like not the yellow stuff. It really doesn't have any yellow in it. It's more, right, Scott? It sounds like that's what you like. Let's see.
Sometimes there's been times when I just pulled the car over and pick it right off the somebody's field right off the side of the road and ate it right there.
Do you? Well, sometimes I know some of the smarter farmers, they used to put with that deer corn on the outer edges for people like you.
You got to know
right?
what ones you're getting or you'll break your teeth.
Yeah, they put that deer corn on the outer edges, so because they know that they're going to eat up their crop.
Yeah.
How about you there, Pecan? You like some corn on the cob, son?
Oh, definitely. I like a little bit of butter on it and a little bit of pepper on it.
Well, I live here. I live here in Maryland, and we tend to know eating crabs and putting Old Bay on everything. I just had some crabs over the weekend, Scott, and part of the thing that they'll do along with it, they go, "Hey, you want some corn with it?" And they steam the corn like a way in the tradition that they do with the crabs. And so my wife and daughters, they like the spicy, like steamed corn that we get from there. So that's how they enjoy it. So you don't have to.
I don't even use butter. I just go plain, no salt, no butter, just plain corn.
Same, and because it's cooked so well, I think they really hardly have any need for butter. Silver Queen corn acknowledges tyranny is what they call it. Sweet white corn, Silver Queen corn, edible abilities for all of that. Eloped corn, hello, eloped corn. Just posted a pic in Discord showing how Goldberg eats corn. Wait a minute, here we go. I gotta go over here. Let me see if there's something I can show on the air. Let me see.
Sometimes I'll drink the water out of the canned corn.
Do you, Scott?
Really?
I do the whole pickle thing where we're kind of in a pickle this year. Everything is pickle, and people are drinking pickle juice, but I've never heard anybody. There you go, Jan. I'm glad you like that. I've never heard anybody chugging corn juice. I'm currently going into the BF Live area of. Oh, there we go. See, Widow Killer knows what I'm talking about. I can show this. Let me show you real quick. He knows. See, Goldberg eats corn the long way. Just like Perry Caravello does. Oh, Perry, you do.
Shut the fuck up.
I've seen you do it, brother. That's funny. I love that on real time. There you go, folks. Okay, I got the content now. Let me see. But it is National Corn on the Cob Day. So yeah, I included that when I got my crabs the other day. So if you enjoy corn, it's Corn on the Cob Day on the National Day calendar. In the history of corn dates back 7,000 years ago. And Scott, I enjoy corn in the version of high fructose corn syrup. That's how I get my corn intake, Bobby Nick. That's the only corn I go with. I love butter on my goatee. Says the gay goatee, checking in just in time here on the Vibe. You got man butter. Oh, Andrew's like reciting the last couple words he hears, folks. How about German chocolate cake? Now, this looks like something I would get down with, Scott.
Yeah, but does it have a coconut in it? Because I think it's got coconut on it.
Let's see. Maybe that's why I can't remember ever having it. National German Chocolate Cake Day. On June 11th, we celebrate the delicious food holiday known as National German Chocolate Cake Day. We can't think of a better way to learn about a cake with American roots and get chocolate or fix in the same time. Although the name may sound like the cake originated in Germany, German chocolate cake did not. In fact, the cake's roots can be traced back to 1852, when the American Sam German made a type of dark baking chocolate for the American Baker's Chocolate Company. Baker's German sweet chocolate brand's name was in honor of Sam German, not the fact that it was German. Over 100 years later, in 1957, a recipe for German chocolate cake appeared as the recipe of the day in the Dallas Morning News. This recipe, created by Mrs. George Clay, used Baker's German sweet chocolate. Obviously, it became quite popular. During this time, General Foods owned Baker's brand and distributed Mrs. Clay's recipe to other newspapers around the country. The current name of German chocolate cake, as we know it today, came as publications started dropping the S. So rather than Germans, which was the guy's name, is German chocolate cake. If you don't like coconut, you won't like this. That's right. Well, there you go. It counts us out. Let's see.
Doesn't count me out. I love coconut. So.
Oh, well, you got some of us, Space Nerd. Tillamook German chocolate cake ice cream is insanely good, recommends our friend Space Nerd. Let's see. Scott, I grew up in the noise. Raw corn was always a good snack on the way to the lake. So sounds like he's eating some of that deer corn with you, but it does sound like, based on Space Nerd, I don't see specific. I didn't see chocolate included in any of these descriptions, Scott. But friend Space Nerd said it does have coconut in it. corn on the cob day, National German Chocolate Cake Day, Making Your Life Beautiful Day. Then put your makeup, grab a brush and put a little makeup. That's all we got to say about that holiday. I say, with 3 minutes to go before we get to the top of the 3 o'clock hour here on the East Coast of the United States, we wrap that quick calendar checkup. That was the National Day. Hey, hey.
3, 2, 1.
And there you have it for a Wednesday, folks.
Corn on the cob, not corn on the knob. It's what my mother always taught me.
Damn, she made sure you were highly heterosexual, huh? That's a more you know from Bobby Nick's mother there, right there. Like corn on the cob, not on the knob. Well, there you go, folks. We had it. We did it. We're done it. We're doing it. But we're kind of done at this point. At 2:58 on the East Coast of the United States, I'm going to take this moment to thank you, and I'm going to let all these guys do a go-around, say their last word, and give their final plugs, and tell us where you can find them after today's show. Andrew, thanks for joining us late, buddy. Just give us those couple few plugs.
Andrew the Giant 96 on YouTube. No Filter, Andrew and Friends. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yes, sir. Hey, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for wearing that Elvis shirt. He's rocking an Elvis shirt today, guys. Look at this. It's a hunk of burning Andrew down there in Florida. So that's right. It is Wednesday. No Filter with Andrew and friends on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And when he's co-streaming or not, you can catch out Andrew the Giant on Andrew the Giant 96. You never know when you're going to see him on there. Thanks for jumping in, Andrew. And I hope they find your outlet and get you something going in the right way with your medicine, my friend, with your latest saga. I'm going to go over to Scott Fitzpatrick now. And Scott's going to give us any last words or thoughts he has on the day, the match. When Andrew's not done, bring us. What's up?
I need to get drunk like Jerry. Oh,
nobody can do that. You need to get drunk like Jerry Shepadini. You better stick to the herbs, my friend. There you go. And
don't do it, Andrew. Don't do it.
Don't do it. We don't need that chemical imbalance. But speaking of chemical imbalance, no. I'm going to take it over to Scott Fitzpatrick. He's going to give you any last words or thoughts on the last 24 hours about the whole wrestling thing. And he's going to tell you plugs and where you can find him after today's show.
Yeah, well, I'm still pretty bummed about the wrestling thing. I'm still pondering that. But thanks for the matches, though, Pecan. I appreciate being in the mix.
You're welcome.
And then in addition to what Andrew was saying about No Filter tonight, there's a bonus show on Bobby Nick's channel at Bobby Nick 1978, which I think is at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
No, 9. You were right the first
9
time.
o'clock Eastern time.
Scott second guessing himself.
And then I've been working with the Angry Iguana a lot here lately instead of my own channel for various reasons. So if you could go to the Angry Iguana at Angry Iguana 112, and I just put the link I think in there for you. It's coming. And if you could subscribe it for all your locale needs. I'm trying to get the locale stuff off of my my own YouTube channel and keep the locale on the locale side.
Yeah, I like that, Scott. And I heard you discussing that on Late Night with Bobby Nick. I heard you discussing that last night, and I think that's very wise. You kind of want to keep those lanes separate, especially when you were dealing with locales. And Scott likes to do his walking and all his stuff video. Keep that on the Prop Master 69. That link is constantly running on there. But what is it? The Angry Iguana always mess up the numbers.
Yeah.
112?
At Angry Iguana 112.
112 at Angry Iguana 112. If you want to see his locale stuff, he's trying to shift all of that over there so he doesn't have any problems that come along with strikes and things on Prop Master 69 channel, which I heard some of your drama and dilemma with that. Now we're going to turn it over to my friend Pecan. He is the commissioner of this fantastic wrestling league. He is one of my bros, and he's going to give his last thoughts on any and all of this. And plugs, buddy. What do you got to say?
I just say thank you, BF, for having me on, number one, and everybody who's been loving my videos and everything. And if you want to watch any more of my videos, you can check me out on the Pecunt/420. And if you want to tip me, I also got the PayPal and the Cash App information on my channel as well if you want.
There you go. So if you want to hook him up with a tip, I know he would appreciate it. I would appreciate it for you. Yeah, like if you enjoy any of this programming and you want to contribute, it's always very welcome. Let's see. So now I'm going to turn it over. You guys got your paper? Do you have a pencil? Are you ready to write down the list that Bobby Nick is basically going to spit off the top of his head? We're heading to the lounge right after this. Bobby Nick's going to tell you about the lounge and maybe any other shows, at least the ones he knows, that he's going to be doing right after this show. Go ahead, Bob. Give the list.
Right. That's right. Yeah. 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Starting off at Bobby Nick 1978, moving over to Rumble. Check me out in the lounge, everybody. Yeah, for the low price of $1, you can see your music video request on my show. So get the hell over there right now. And we'll be doing it in a little bit and having it at the same motherfucking time. And then tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, once again at Bobby Nick 1978 on YouTube. We got the Lunatic Lounge, our boner show, members only. So go over there, member up. It's only $4.99 a month, guys. So yeah, very cheap, very cheap. We give you lots of members only shows. So and yeah, then No Filter with Andrew and Friends. Like Andrew said, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Member up over there too. It's only $2.99.
Oh, we forgot to mention from our friend Andrew.
But forgot to mention Andrew.
Saturdays is always members only show, like Bobby says. Member up, it's even cheaper than his.
Yeah, it is.
Well, there you go, guys. So, you
motherfucker.
Andrew's trying to outsell. He's trying to swoop in. I always give Bobby Nick last plugs because he has so many of them. And Andrew's like, no. He's like, I'm undercutting. I'm swooping in. So if Bobby Nick is too much expensive for you, Andrew's undercutting him. So he says if you want to have more cheaper fun, Andrew is your cheap fun. Well, you guys are always fun. I know that Andrew thanks you, and I know P. Cunt, Scott, and Bobby Nick and myself, thank you, man. We wouldn't and couldn't do this without all your support, whether it be the content or you guys just having fun yucking up in the chat. What's up, Lucas of the Bind, joining us and Vibe Tribe as we're winding down this episode. Look both ways, P. Cunt, when you're out there, in case the commissioner get that. Over Vibe, Jen kinda only doing plugs. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Peacock, Peacock, you're joining in on the lounge? Ask Mandy Diff.
Maybe.
He's saying maybe. You won't know unless you show up. BF is fun, but I'm not sure Terry Nee is saying it the way that I am comfortable with. He's throwing pickles and pickles and pride flags. Well, I am fun. Hopefully I am fun in a different way, not a sexual way, Terry Nee. You are certainly fun, and so is all this great group right here. The fun is not done. Grab the link before this show ends, folks, or go over to YouTube or Rumble, YouTube 1978 with Bobby Nick, and go check him out in the lounge. Right after this show. I'm going to go walk my dog, start prep for tomorrow's show because I love doing this and I'm doing it all the time. If I'm not on the air 3 hours a day, I'm working my ass off the other remaining hours, 21 hours, bringing you 3 hours of live content. So go head over to the lounge with Bobby Nick. For Andrew, for Scott Fitzpatrick, for my friend P. Cunt, the commissioner, Bobby Nick, go head over in the lounge right now. I wanted to say that I'm BF. Peace and love. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We made it to the middle week, folks. And it's not bye, folks. It's just bye for now. And we'll see you the next time we see you right here on The Vibe. Bye for now, folks.
Peace.
Say it, Andrew.
Bye.
That's enough internet for me today. I am going to wash myself with holy water to get rid of all the stupidity I saw today.
Jackie Mason. Fucking Bobby's fucking funny. Bobby Grant. I gotta give it to you.
Line of the day, Bobby.
Super creative, super original. There's a show called The Vibe.
One, two, three, four. Doom tech, tech, doom tech, doom tech, tech, doom tech.